LoveLore Library. Chapter 618. Qin Feng stopped and turned to look at Prince William. Prince Wei, what's the matter? Prince William stopped in front of Qin Feng and looked at Qin Feng in surprise. He had stepped forward to save Qiao Feng's life when thousands of students had retreated. How could teacher Qiao Feng act as if nothing had happened? He didn't even say a word of thanks. As if sensing Prince William's confusion, Qin Feng smiled apologetically and said, "By the way, Prince Wei, thank you for saving me just now. However, teacher Qiao Feng is a clean man and only earns a meager salary every month. Even if you ask me to borrow money, I don't have it." Prince William's mouth twitched violently. What was he talking about? The reason why Prince William saved Qin Feng this time was to curry favor with him. A few days ago, Professor Mike had told Prince William about Qiao Feng's importance. If he could bring Qiao Feng back to the William family's base and have him serve the William family, then the William family's strength would increase rapidly. Teacher Qiao Feng, you must have misunderstood me. I'm not asking you to borrow money. I want to treat you to a meal. Do you have time? Prince William was very gentlemanly. In addition, he was tall and burly, and he had the aura of a prince. If these words were said to a girl, that girl would probably faint from joy. Qin Feng's expression didn't change at all. He was even a little confused. Qin Feng appeared as Qiao Feng and didn't have much of a relationship with Prince William. Prince William had saved him and taken the initiative to treat him to a meal. Qin Feng's hair stood on end. Don't tell me he wants to sleep with me. No, don't tell me this guy knows I'm Qin Feng. No matter which guess it was, Qin Feng felt a bit uneasy. However, on the surface, he said calmly, "Student Prince Wei, you just saved my teacher's life. Logically speaking, I should be the one treating you to a meal. Why are you so polite to me? We didn't know each other before, right?" Qin Feng asked Prince William tentatively. Prince William laughed awkwardly. Speaking of which, I'm not afraid of teacher Qiao Feng laughing at me. Although we didn't know each other before, the other students at Provincial Capital University seemed to reject me. Only teacher Qiao Feng was friendly and took care of me. I've just arrived and will be staying here for a few years, so I want to have a good relationship with teacher Qiao Feng. I hope teacher Qiao Feng can give me some pointers in the future. Qin Feng heaved a sigh of relief. As for why the students of Provincial Capital University hated Prince William, Qin Feng pretended not to know anything. So that's how it is. I believe that if you stay in school for a long time, your classmates will slowly get to know you and like you. As your teacher, I will take care of you. You don't have to worry about that. Qin Feng patted Prince William's shoulder as if he was a teacher. Prince William was touched and nodded. Thank you, teacher Qiao Feng. I heard that 3 or 4 classes have been cancelled. Why don't I treat you to a cup of coffee now? Prince William wanted to rope in Qiao Feng. He had some secrets that he wanted to tell Qiao Feng in a quiet place. This big field was obviously not a good place to talk. Qin Feng used the identity of a teacher to infiltrate Provincial Capital University in order to investigate the William family. Prince William was definitely one of the members sent by the William family, and Qin Feng wanted to get close to him. Hee. All right, let's find a place to sit. Qin Feng agreed. Prince William was excited and was about to leave with Qin Feng when Wang Zhongguo ran over. Teacher Qiao Feng, are you going to leave now? Principal Wang, Prince Wei saved my life just now. I want to treat him to a cup of coffee. Qin Feng said to Wang Zhongguo with a smile. Is that so? But the police will be here soon. Qiao Shi has already left, and you are the other victim. Do you want to stay behind to give a statement? Wang Zhongguo looked at Qin Feng awkwardly. Qin Feng's priority was to investigate the William family. He didn't have the time to give a statement. He put on an impatient expression and said, "Principal Wang, can you find any student to pretend to be the victim and let them say a few words? I'm leaving with Prince Wei." Qin Feng left without any hesitation. Wang Zhongguo shouted at Qin Feng a few times, but it was useless. Wang Zhongguo was so angry that he blew his beard and glared at Qin Feng. However, he couldn't do anything to Qiao Feng. Who asked Qiao Feng to be the school's most popular teacher? Many schools had begun to secretly pay a high price to poach Qiao Feng. Principal Wang didn't dare to offend this great Buddha. Qin Feng walked halfway, then turned around and ran back. Both Prince William and Wang Zhongguo were puzzled. "Teacher Qiao Feng, if you have something to do, go do it. I'll help you deal with the police." Wang Zhongguo's cold expression immediately blossomed like a flower, and he looked at Qin Feng with a smile. Qin Feng's impatient expression also disappeared. His eyes sparkled as he stared fixedly at the policewoman who was walking over. The policewoman wore a neat and tidy police uniform. Her long hair was braided at the back of her head. She was tall and slender, and she looked valiant and formidable. She had already attracted many students' attention. What are you saying, Principal Wang? I was the victim just now, so of course I have to personally come out and cooperate with the police investigation. How could I trouble Principal Wang to help me deal with the aftermath?" Wang Zhongguo didn't know what to say. Qin Feng went from east to west, then to west. He didn't know which sentence was true. At this time, the valiant and formidable policewoman arrived at Wang Zhongguo's side. Her beautiful brows were slightly raised, and her voice was cold but pleasing to the ear. "Excuse me, are you Provincial Capital University's Principal Wang?" Seeing the policewoman, Wang Zhongguo's eyes lit up. This woman was beautiful, tall, and had a good figure. She also exuded an air of righteousness. She was truly a rare beauty. I am. I was the one who reported the case in front. 2 criminals broke into the school and almost hurt one of our teachers and one of our students. Wang Zhongguo gave a brief account of what happened. The 2 subordinates behind the policewoman were using pens to make simple notes. Did the 2 criminals escape? Are the student and teacher who were kidnapped okay? The policewoman inquired. The criminals didn't escape. They were captured by our university's heroic students. The student who was injured was frightened and has been sent home to rest. The teacher who was injured is also fine. He's the teacher beside me. He's our medical college's gold medal lecturer. Even at this time, Wang Zhongguo didn't forget to praise Qiao Feng. Qin Feng ignored Wang Zhongguo. Ever since the policewoman appeared, Qin Feng's gaze fell on her and couldn't move away. Lu Bingbing's line of sight shifted and fell on Qin Feng. Coincidentally, their eyes met. "Is this the gold medal lecturer you were talking about?" Lu Bingbing's voice was ice cold. A frosty expression appeared on her face because the way Qin Feng looked at her made Lu Bingbing very unhappy. It was as if he wanted to see through her clothes. Wang Zhongguo glanced at Qin Feng and jumped in fright. Qin Feng's eyeballs wished he could stick onto Lu Bingbing's body. He even had a vulgar expression like a pig head. Wang Zhongguo admitted that the policewoman in front of him was very beautiful and exquisite. But you can't express it so bluntly, can you? It's said that Professor Qiao Feng is the school's expert in picking up girls, but it doesn't seem like it. Ahem. Professor Qiao Feng, Professor Qiao Feng. Wang Zhongguo hastily poked Qin Feng twice. Qin Feng recovered with great difficulty. He actually met Lu Bingbing. If there was no one around, Qin Feng would definitely go up and give her a bear hug and grope everywhere. Hello. I'm Qiao Feng, a teacher at Provincial Capital University. I'm also the victim who was kidnapped just now. It's my honor to meet such a beautiful policewoman. I was frightened just now and I'm very scared now. Can I hug the beautiful policewoman to comfort me? Qin Feng pretended to shiver in fear and reached out to hug Lu Bingbing. Lu Bingbing was so angry that she hastily retreated. She wished she could send Qin Feng flying with a kick. Wang Zhongguo was so shocked that his eyes almost fell out. Qin Feng was still alive and kicking a moment ago and even had the mood to invite Prince Wei for coffee. But now, he's scared like a little rabbit. Isn't this guy too wretched to pick up girls? Xiao Zhang, take the victim's teacher to the car. Xiao Lu, take the two criminals to the car. Lu Bingbing ignored Qin Feng and began to order her two subordinates. The two of them hurriedly went to work. Qin Feng was dragged by Xiao Zhang to the car. After every 3 steps, he would stop and turn back to smile at Lu Bingbing. Lu Bingbing was so angry that her chest rose and fell. Many of the spectating students swallowed their saliva. Professor Chao Feng, didn't you say you were going to have coffee with me? Prince Wei's Chinese wasn't very good. He only realized the situation had changed when Qin Feng was dragged into the police car. Qin Feng suddenly saw Lu Bingbing, so how could he have the mood to drink coffee with Prince Wei? He waved his hand and said, Prince Wei, I have to cooperate with the police to record a statement. I'll look for you when I come back. Qin Feng and the two criminals were loaded into the car. Lu Bingbing got into another car. The car whizzed past and drove back to the police station. It was dark in the police station's interrogation room 3. Qin Feng sat on a wooden chair. Lu Bingbing suddenly turned on the table lamp and pointed it at Qin Feng. The light was so blinding that Qin Feng couldn't open his eyes. Name. Lu Bingbing's voice was cold and emotionless. Xiao Feng. Qin Feng looked at Lu Bingbing's handsome face through the gaps between his fingers. Qin Feng suddenly felt that this scene was very familiar. He remembered when he had just received the system. Sima Tu, Hao Yun, and Zhou Kai had set up a Hongmen banquet at the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Qin Feng had gone to the banquet by himself, and Zhang Biao had been captured and forced to fight underground. Qin Feng couldn't stand it anymore, so he had stepped in to help. In the end, he had a breakthrough in the fight and killed Hao Yun's bodyguard, Uncle Feng. Then, Lu Bingbing had appeared and captured Qin Feng. She had used the same interrogation method in the interrogation room. That was the first time Qin Feng had met Lu Bingbing. In the blink of an eye, 5 months had passed. Thinking back, Qin Feng felt that it was quite funny. Age. I'm at the age to talk about marriage. I feel that I'm very compatible with you, Beauty. Beauty, do you want to consider me? Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Lu Bingbing. He wasn't afraid of Lu Bingbing's cold attitude. Bang! Lu Bingbing slammed her palm on the table. She was so angry that her chest rose up and down. Behave yourself, or else I won't go easy on you. Hurry up and tell me what you did. Qin Feng's eyes widened as he looked at Lu Bingbing dumbly. Beauty, are you serious? I'm the victim. Lu Bingbing suddenly raised her head. She had really made a mistake. In a fit of anger, she had treated Xiao Feng as a criminal and interrogated him. Who told Xiao Feng to keep staring at Lu Bingbing and leave a bad impression in her mind? I know you're the victim. Do I need you to remind me of that? Lu Bingbing felt a bit awkward, but she still put on a strong front. But the way you interrogated me, it was clearly the same way you interrogate a criminal, right? Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Lu Bingbing. Chapter 619. Qin Feng didn't think that Lu Bingbing would still be so bad-tempered and unreasonable after being transferred to the capital. However, Qin Feng liked the willful and arrogant Lu Bingbing. Pretty lady, aren't you being unreasonable? As a police officer, you have to set an example. You can't abuse your personal feelings and bully poor commoners like us. Qin Feng said seriously. Lu Bingbing's face was cold, but she was still a very upright woman. She knew that she lost her head in anger and mistook Qin Feng for a criminal to interrogate. The two stared at each other for a while, then Lu Bingbing said coldly, "Sorry, I was careless before. You're not a criminal, you're a victim, so I should treat you better." Qin Feng was stunned by Lu Bingbing's sudden admission of wrongdoing. Qin Feng was secretly delighted to see this girl's awkward expression. "Beauty, can't you just verbally apologize?" Lu Bingbing was naturally cold and arrogant. It was rare for her to lower her head and admit her mistake. Seeing that he didn't stop, Lu Bingbing angrily yelled, "Then what do you want?" Qin Feng smiled as he stared at Lu Bingbing's white shirt collar and said, "How about you let me hug you? I'm still a bit scared. I promise I won't say anything about you bending the law for personal gain." Lu Bingbing was furious. How was Qiao Feng afraid at all? This brat lied without batting an eyelid. "Impossible, stop pretending. You don't look scared at all." Lu Bingbing's voice was icy cold. "If you don't want a hug, then don't hug. How about a kiss?" Qin Feng looked like a rascal. Slap. Lu Bingbing was so angry that she almost smashed the wooden table with her palm. Qin Feng met Lu Bingbing's frosty gaze, but he wasn't afraid. He leisurely crossed his legs. "Dream on. I'm warning you, don't push your luck." Lu Bingbing was truly angry. Qin Feng also stood up. His figure flashed and disappeared in front of Lu Bingbing, giving her a fright. In the next second, Lu Bingbing felt a strong arm tightly hugging her. A gust of hot air blew into her ear. "I'm going to push my luck." "What are you going to do about it?" "You, let go of me. You bastard, I'll kill you with my spear." Lu Bingbing's catchphrase didn't change. She struggled with all her might. Lu Bingbing was now a stage 2 inner chi martial artist, but she discovered that she couldn't break free from Qiao Feng no matter how hard she tried. Qiao Feng's damned perverted pig trotters were already groping all over Lu Bingbing's body. "Ah ah ah. You pervert, let go, let go." Lu Bingbing was so anxious that she was about to go crazy. Ever since she became Qin Feng's woman, she had more self-respect and self-respect. Not to mention having an affair with other men, she didn't even talk to her male colleagues about work. However, Lu Bingbing was being hugged and groped by a stranger. She was about to go crazy. Lu Bingbing struggled more and more. She even kicked the table over. Qin Feng was worried that Lu Bingbing would get hurt, so he didn't dare to tease this strong-willed girl anymore. "Calm down, Bingbing. I'm Qin Feng." "Ah." Lu Bingbing jumped in fright and stopped moving. Qiao Feng's voice still echoed in her mind. It really was Qin Feng's voice. If he wasn't Qin Feng, why would he call her Bingbing? "Why, you're really Qin Feng." Qin Feng had already let go of her. Lu Bingbing crossed her arms and looked at Qiao Feng vigilantly. Qin Feng put away the sacred azure battle armor and returned to his original appearance. His chiseled and resolute face appeared in front of Lu Bingbing. Lu Bingbing looked at Qin Feng and didn't speak for a long time. It was as if she had lost her soul. When Qin Feng saw the mist in Lu Bingbing's eyes, he felt sorry for her and pulled her into his arms. This time, Lu Bingbing didn't struggle. Instead, she pounded on Qin Feng's chest. "Damn man, stinky man, you bastard. Can you not change your appearance to scare me every time? Do you know that I was scared out of my wits just now? Lu Bingbing turned from a cold and arrogant queen to a beautiful woman who complained. She seemed to have endless things to say. Her charming and coquettish expression made Qin Feng feel aroused. Bingbing, I missed you so much. Let's start. Qin Feng suddenly grabbed Lu Bingbing's lily-white hand and lifted her up. Lu Bingbing screamed in fear. Start what? Let go of me. There are surveillance cameras in here. Qin Feng wasn't worried at all. He laughed and said, I've already blocked the surveillance cameras. Otherwise, your colleagues would have seen you acting coquettishly in my arms just now. Do you still have the face to stay in the police station? Qin Feng could imagine the shocked expressions of the police officers when they saw the ice goddess, Lu Bingbing, acting coquettishly. Aw. You're crazy. You can't do whatever you want even if there are no surveillance cameras. Lu Bingbing screamed again. Qin Feng had already put her on a table, and Qin Feng pressed on top of her. Qin Feng hadn't seen Lu Bingbing for a long time. The last time they were intimate was 4 months ago in Fengyun Fun City. At that time, Lu Bingbing had sex with Qin Feng because she was poisoned by the Azure Sect's unfettered powder. Due to many reasons, Qin Feng didn't have the time to unleash his full power in the last battle. Qin Feng missed Lu Bingbing's taste very much. This time, Qin Feng couldn't suppress the desire in his heart anymore. Lu Bingbing screamed continuously, and Qin Feng became even crazier. Lu Bingbing's eyes gradually became misty, and she was at Qin Feng's mercy. Strange noises came from the room. The two hadn't seen each other for a long time. When the fire was ignited, even a flood couldn't extinguish it. After an unknown amount of time, Lu Bingbing fell into Qin Feng's arms, panting. She stared at Qin Feng with hidden bitterness in her eyes. Big pervert, now you feel good, right? Hurry and let go of my hands. I feel so uncomfortable when you tie me up with a belt. Qin Feng hurriedly unbuckled the belt on Lu Bingbing's hands. He laughed and said, Uncomfortable? I saw that you were quite excited just now. Go die. Lu Bingbing glared at Qin Feng. Her gaze was so flirtatious that Qin Feng almost couldn't help but tie Lu Bingbing's hands again. Stop fooling around. It's almost time for the interrogation. If you do it again, you'll be discovered. Lu Bingbing saw the fire in Qin Feng's eyes and hurriedly dissuaded him. Though Qin Feng was a bit reluctant, he was still someone who considered the big picture. He groped around Lu Bingbing's body for a while, then took the initiative to help Lu Bingbing put on her clothes. Lu Bingbing's face was cold and she didn't say anything. However, her heart was filled with warmth. She really liked this warm feeling. Qin Feng, did you change your identity? I heard that you died. After Lu Bingbing put on her clothes, she looked at Qin Feng worriedly. She was saved by Qin Feng once when she was solving the case at Ghost Mountain in the provincial capital. At that time, Lu Bingbing saw Qin Feng's identity as Green Wolf. Therefore, when she saw the video of Green Wolf beating Qin Feng up, she didn't think that Qin Feng was really dead. She guessed that Qin Feng had changed his identity. Qin Feng stroked Lu Bingbing's hair as he said, Of course I'm not dead. I faked my death on purpose. I'm now a member of the Dragon Sect. I came to the capital for a secret mission, so I changed my identity. Qin Feng didn't hide anything from Lu Bingbing, so he simply told her what happened. Lu Bingbing's sexy little mouth opened wide. She looked at Qin Feng in disbelief. What did you say? You joined the Dragon Sect. China's Dragon Sect was mysterious and unfathomable. As a police officer, Lu Bingbing had naturally heard of the Dragon Sect. Moreover, Lu Bingbing really liked being a police officer. When she was young, her dream was to join the Dragon Sect and get rid of the tyrants. Unfortunately, the requirements of the dragon sect were too high. Only martial artists at stage 4 and above were qualified to join. Lu Bingbing had practiced martial arts since she was young, but she was only at stage 2 now. I'm not officially a member of the dragon sect yet. I'll only be considered a member after completing this mission, Qin Feng explained. As for the difficulty of this mission and the insidious fights in the dragon sect, Qin Feng didn't say much. He was mainly afraid that Lu Bingbing would worry about him. Lu Bingbing seemed to have thought of something. Her beautiful eyes suddenly flashed. Qin Feng, the person who defeated Southeast Tiger Uncle Fu and Capital Tiger Qi Wanjun at Devil Beast Mountain not long ago, was it really you? Qin Feng nodded. Yes and no. It still had a faint warmth. This is a blood qi pill. If you eat it, you might directly break through to stage 4 inner qi. At the very least, you'll be able to reach stage 3 inner qi. It'll also stabilize your strength at the peak of stage 3 inner qi. Qin Feng's expression was calm and collected. He wasn't putting on an act. Rank 2 blood qi pills were nothing to Qin Feng now. As a rank 4 alchemist, Qin Feng could refine a basket of blood qi pills at any time. Chapter 620. This is the blood qi pill. Lu Bingbing was shocked. Her jade-like hands trembled so violently that she almost dropped the blood qi pill. Lu Bingbing's family wasn't small, so she had a good understanding of the ancient martial arts world. Lu Bingbing knew how precious the blood qi pill was. It was a second-grade wonder pill, and it was very difficult for the big families in the secular world to get their hands on a second-grade wonder pill. Even if Lu Bingbing's family had the ability to get one, they would have to pay a high price. Big families usually valued males over females, and Lu Bingbing's family was no exception. Even though Lu Bingbing had been obsessed with martial arts since she was young, because she was a girl, her family didn't pay much attention to her cultivation. Lu Bingbing completely relied on her own comprehension and self-discovery. Now that she had stepped into stage 2 inner qi at the age of 25, she could be considered a genius martial artist. That's right, this is the blood qi pill. I didn't expect you to know about it, Bingbing. Qin Feng rested his hands on the back of his head, his expression relaxed. It was as if a blood qi pill was no different from a bag of spicy strips in his eyes. Lu Bingbing's body was filled with warmth. She remembered that on her 10th birthday, she had begged her grandfather to give her a blood qi pill as a birthday present. However, not only did her grandfather refuse to give it to her, he even reprimanded her. In order to break through to a higher realm, Lu Bingbing had suffered a lot in silence. None of the men of her generation in the clan were as talented as her in martial arts, but she had stepped into stage 3 inner qi after eating the blood qi pill. This made Lu Bingbing, who had been training hard day and night, feel very unfair, but there was nothing she could do. At this moment, a fragrant blood qi pill was placed in Lu Bingbing's palm. It was a gift from her man. When Qin Feng gave the blood qi pill to Lu Bingbing, he didn't even frown. Even Lu Bingbing, who had a 1,000-year heart of ice, felt her heart race. Smack! Qin Feng's face became wet and his expression froze. Did Lu Bingbing just kiss him? Am I dreaming? Bingbing. Qin Feng stared at Lu Bingbing in astonishment. He was dumbstruck. Lu Bingbing was amused by Qin Feng's silly look, and a myriad of flirtatious expressions flashed across her face. She suddenly hugged Qin Feng, and her sexy little mouth pressed against Qin Feng's ear as she blew hot air. Darling. Thank you for the blood qi pill. Qin Feng was excited and seething. He felt like even a cat wanted to be a bridesmaid for a mouse. Was the end of the world coming? Bing bing. Qin Feng opened his mouth, but before he could finish, Lu Bingbing covered his mouth with hers. She wrapped her arms around Qin Feng's neck and kissed him passionately for a while. Then, she looked at Qin Feng shyly and said, "Don't ask too many questions, and don't think too much. Just this once, and I'll still be the same as before." Qin Feng didn't know what Lu Bingbing was thinking. He guessed that it was because he was too ferocious, so Bingbing was still warm and excited. How could Qin Feng let go of such a rare opportunity? He hugged Lu Bingbing's slender waist and was about to kiss her again. Caw! The door to the interrogation room was suddenly pushed open. Lu Bingbing jumped in fright and hurriedly pushed Qin Feng away. The table Qin Feng was leaning on fell to the ground, and Qin Feng fell on his butt. "Director Lu," the two criminals confessed. They said. The person who came in was one of Lu Bingbing's subordinates. It was Xiao Zhang, who had pulled Qin Feng into the police car. Xiao Zhang was halfway through his sentence when he looked up at the scene in the interrogation room. He was so shocked that he forgot the second half of his sentence. Because of the battle between Qin Feng and Lu Bingbing, the interrogation room looked as if it had just been robbed by bandits. The table was toppled, the documents were scattered on the floor, and there were a few scraping marks on the floor. Xiao Zhang's throat moved and he swallowed a few mouthfuls of saliva. He had long heard that Director Lu was fiery and cold, and that even the leader of the hooligans in the capital was afraid of Director Lu. Before, Xiao Zhang didn't understand how terrifying Lu Bingbing was, but today, he finally understood. Was Director Lu interrogating him, or was she using one of the 10 great tortures of the Qing dynasty? No, that brat seemed to be a victim. What are you looking at? Hurry up and say what you want. Lu Bingbing mistakenly thought that Xiao Zhang had discovered her affair with Qin Feng. She hurriedly displayed an icy and domineering attitude in order to intimidate Xiao Zhang and prevent him from speaking nonsense. Xiao Zhang was so scared that his entire body trembled. He hurriedly said, "And nothing, I went to the wrong room. Director Lu, please continue." I didn't see anything." Xiao Zhang hastily closed the door and ran away. As he ran, he shouted in his heart, "Director Lu is too scary." Qin Feng and Lu Bingbing were stunned speechless. The ambiguous atmosphere was broken by Xiao Zhang's barging in. "Qin Feng, you should go back first. I have to work. I'll deal with those two criminals for you." Lu Bingbing was embarrassed. She was too embarrassed to look at Qin Feng. She was afraid that Qin Feng would laugh at her if he saw her blushing face. Qin Feng knew that the two criminals were hired by Gao Tianyao and Xiao Lei to put on a show. Qin Feng also guessed that they would never betray Gao Tianyao. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to live in the capital anymore. "All right, I'll come and find you when I'm free." Lu Bingbing personally escorted Qin Feng out of the police headquarters. Watching Qin Feng disappear into the crowd, Lu Bingbing felt a sense of loss and warmth in her heart. After leaving the police station, Qin Feng returned to provincial capital university. He had an appointment with Prince William. "Professor Qiao Feng, you're finally back. Did the police do anything to you?" As soon as Qin Feng reached the entrance of provincial capital university, he saw Prince William greeting him with a smile. "I'm the victim. The police have to protect me. Of course, they wouldn't do anything to me. Don't tell me you've been waiting for me at the entrance." Qin Feng asked Prince William. This Prince William was too cordial. He had been waiting for him at the entrance. Qin Feng felt that there was something wrong with this kid. However, he couldn't figure out why Prince William was fawning on him. I made an appointment with Professor Qiao Feng to have coffee today. Of course, I'll wait for you here no matter how late it is." Prince William rubbed his hands and looked at Qin Feng with a smile. Qin Feng felt a chill run down his spine. Don't tell me this kid has taken a fancy to me. Prince William's action really touched me. Let's go for coffee. Chin Feng and Prince William chatted and laughed along the way. They arrived at a cafe near the campus. The cafe had 2 floors. Chin Feng and Prince William went up to the 2nd floor and chose a seat near the French window. Chin Feng sighed with emotion as he looked at the campus that was brimming with youthfulness. Gentlemen, what would you like to drink? A part-time female student walked over with a smile. A cup of latte. Chin Feng said. Me too. Prince William didn't seem to be here for coffee. He ordered a cup of coffee without even looking at the drink list. After the 2 of them ordered their coffee, the part-time female student left. Chin Feng and Prince William looked at each other and smiled. Chin Feng said, I didn't expect Prince William to have the same taste as you. You like latte as well? Hee, actually, the coffee in China is not authentic. I feel the same no matter what kind of coffee I drink. Prince William said with a smile, Professor Chow Feng, do you like coffee? If you have the chance, you should go to the United States and try authentic coffee. Chin Feng couldn't guess the meaning behind Prince William's words, so he said, if I have the chance, of course I would like to go. But it's very expensive to go abroad. A poor teacher like me can't afford it. Hearing that Chin Feng wanted to go to the United States, Prince William's eyes lit up. He said calmly, actually, it's not that expensive to go to the United States. I have Professor Chow Feng to take care of me in China. If Professor Chow Feng really wants to go, I can help you pay for the plane ticket. When you arrive in the United States, you can stay at my house. I can even be your tour guide. Just thinking about it makes me happy. Even the stupidest person could tell that Prince William was tempting Chin Feng to go to the United States. This made Chin Feng puzzled. What was this guy trying to do? Really? That's too much trouble for you, Prince William. Chin Feng pretended to be surprised. Prince William was also very excited. Professor, why would I lie to you? I haven't been back for more than half a year. I'm planning to go back to see my parents. Do you want to go with me? Chin Feng's eyes flashed with hesitation. After a moment of silence, he shook his head. I still think it's too much trouble for you, Prince William. I think it's better not to go. Chin Feng's sudden rejection made Prince William's heart sink. He felt that he was so close to succeeding. It was too much of a pity. The atmosphere became somewhat oppressive. Chin Feng and Prince William didn't say anything. After a while, Prince William put down the stirring spoon in his hand. He looked at Chin Feng and said, Professor Chow Feng, did you see how I defeated that robber today? Prince William's eyes lit up. Chin Feng didn't know what kind of wicked idea he had come up with, so he pretended to be stupid and shook his head. I don't know. Then, Professor Chow Feng, do you think I'm amazing? Chin Feng hurriedly nodded. Amazing. I was scared to death at that time. I still can't recover from it. Professor Chow Feng, you can actually become as amazing as me. Do you want to become stronger? Prince William was handsome and noble. His voice was full of magnetism. He constantly tempted Chin Feng as if he wanted to pull Chin Feng into a pyramid scheme. Chin Feng put on an innocent expression and looked at Prince William curiously. I don't understand what you mean. Make me stronger. How? Is it to eat brother way? Will there be any side effects? The corner of Prince William's mouth twitched. He almost fainted from anger. If it wasn't for Chin Feng's needle manipulation, which was very useful to the William family, Prince William wouldn't want to talk nonsense with this idiot. He would have frozen Chin Feng to death with a palm of ice. Prince William quickly calmed himself down. He lost his patience and said directly, Professor Chow Feng, do you believe that mutants exist in this world? Qin Fang's expression changed slightly. He didn't expect Prince William to reveal this information to him. Qin Feng immediately put on a look of disdain and mocked, "Classmate Prince Wei, don't joke around. It's a technological society now, and everything is based on science. You're already an adult, so how can you say such childish, retarded things?" Prince William's eyes were burning with anger. He suddenly reached out and grabbed the coffee cup in front of him. The coffee, which was still steaming, cooled down at a speed visible to the naked eye. Finally, it turned into a coffee-colored ice cube. Qin Fang's expression immediately turned into an O shape. Of course, this was all an act. During the battle on Ghost Mountain half a month ago, Qin Feng had seen Prince William's ice ability. At that time, half of Qin Fang's body was frozen. If Qin Feng didn't have the Rat Halo spear and the flame bomb to melt the ice, he wouldn't have the chance to sit here and drink coffee. Wow! Prince William, I didn't expect you to be a magician. How did you do it? Hurry up and teach me. I'll be able to pick up girls after I learn it. Crack! Prince William was so angry that he used too much force. The porcelain cup in his hand shattered into pieces. The coffee inside also turned into ice shards. Professor Chow Feng, let me explain again. This is not magic or acrobatics. This is a mutant, an ice attribute mutant. Prince William said solemnly. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. Qin Fang's expression also became serious. Mutant. Is there really such a thing in this world? Chapter 621. Of course, Qin Feng wanted to know the story of the metahuman clan. The reason why he pretended and acted earlier was to force Prince William to tell him about the metahuman clan. Prince William was delighted when he saw Qin Fang's interest. He felt that everything was under his control. He was proud of the fact that he was the master of the world. Just as Prince William was telling Qin Fang the story of the mutant families, two men dressed in luxurious clothes walked up to the second floor. They walked past Qin Fang and Prince William and sat down in a private room behind Qin Fang. After ordering 2 cups of coffee, the two men started to chat. "Young Master Yang, have you heard anything? Where are the 2 bitches, Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku, holding their concert?" The man who spoke was very fat. He was dressed in a burgundy suit that fit him well. He looked like a Maitreya Buddha when he smiled. Sitting opposite to the Maitreya Buddha was a man in a white suit. He was tall and slender, and his facial features were well defined. He was as handsome as a fresh meat in the film and television industry. Of course, he was not as handsome as Qin Feng. The concert must be held in Provincial Capital University. I'm not sure if the concert will be held in the university's gymnasium. A murderous glint flashed across the man's eyes, but it did not escape the Maitreya Buddha's eyes. The two men were the young masters of the Liu and Yang clans, one of the 4 largest clans in the provincial capital. They were also the second young masters of the 4 young masters of the provincial capital. The fat man who looked like the Maitreya Buddha was Lu Shu, and the handsome man in the white suit was Yang Kan. "Young Master Yang, are you still holding a grudge against me for what happened a month ago?" Lu Shu chuckled as he looked at Yang Kan. Yang Kan's face immediately darkened. 1 month ago, Lu Shu and Yang Kan had invited Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku for dinner. They even bribed their manager, Big Sister Li. Initially, their plan was going smoothly. The 2 women were drugged with alcohol. Unfortunately, Zhang Kuku's body was filled with a bunch of lousy talismans. When they were thrown out, the talismans would catch fire. Yang Kan's entire body was set ablaze. If Lu Shu hadn't put out the fire on Yang Kan's body in time, Yang Kan would have been disfigured by now. Willow Tree, I don't want to hear about that anymore. Yang Kan directly called Willow Tree's full name, which showed that he was really angry. Willow Tree smiled and didn't mention it again. Okay, I won't mention it in the future. But this time, those two girls can't escape. When the time comes, young Master Yang will shoot more videos and send them out. It can be considered as getting back the capital, haha. Yang Kan sneered. Ever since Zhang Ku used the fireball charm to throw him into a sorry state, Yang Kan had been planning to take revenge on the two girls. This time, the opportunity had finally come. The two girls had nothing better to do and actually came to the provincial capital university to hold a concert. Yang Kan had already bribed some security guards and teachers at Kyoto University. He had also arranged a lot of subordinates in the stadium. As long as the two women held their concert in the stadium, Yang Kan was confident that he could make them his food the moment they went backstage. Humph. As long as those two bitches hold their concert in the stadium, they won't be able to escape. However, I won't let them escape from my palm if they hold their concert in other places, Yang Kan said in a deep voice. By the way, we still need to be careful of that girl, Zhang Ku. I don't know if she still has those strange talismans with her. We need to send some experts to deal with her. Lu Shu raised his eyebrows. The fat on his face was jiggling. You don't have to tell me that. I've already arranged it. Ha ha ha. Then I'll follow young Master Yang and freeload for free. The conversation between Yang Kan and Willow Tree was not loud. It was almost inaudible outside their private room. However, Qin Feng heard every word they said. Professor Chow Feng, are you listening to me? Prince William thought that Qin Feng would be very interested in the topic of special abilities. However, Prince William realized that Qin Feng's mind had wandered off. Ah. Oh, of course I'm listening. Prince William, is what you said true? So, everyone in your family has special abilities. Prince William told Qin Feng many things about special abilities. However, Qin Feng could tell that more than half of it was fake. Prince William was only trying to lure Qin Feng to follow him to his family in America. Naturally, he would not be stupid enough to tell Qin Feng the truth. Prince William did not even mention the name of the William family, let alone the number of people in the William family. Where is the base? The family was working on some kind of plan or something. Simply put, Prince William's information was useless to Qin Feng. Qin Feng almost fell asleep after listening to Prince William's information. After Willow Tree and Yang Kan came over, Qin Feng began to eavesdrop on their conversation. Do you know why everyone in my family has special abilities? Prince William's tone suddenly became solemn and his expression became more solemn. Qin Feng was curious about this question. Could it be that the genes of the William family are different from ordinary people? Born with a nest of metahumans. Before Qin Feng could speak, Prince William continued, because our family has developed a technology that can change the genes of the human body, allowing ordinary people to instantly possess special abilities. Qin Feng was shocked. If what Prince William said was true, then this kind of technology was really amazing. Is that true? I thought everyone in your family was born with special abilities. Prince William laughed. How can everyone in my family be born with special abilities? That would be a fantasy story. However, some people in my family were born with special abilities. Then, as the family slowly multiplied, some people began to research the reason for the appearance of special abilities. After decades of research, we have today's technology. Prince William spoke logically. Qin Feng did not know if what he said was true or false. Prince William, I didn't expect your family to be so powerful. What is your family called? Qin Feng took the initiative to ask for useful information. Prince William's expression changed as if someone had touched his reverse scale. However, he quickly regained his composure and smiled faintly. Hee hee. Teacher Chow Fong, are you willing to go to America with me? Some things are not easy to say now. You will know when you get there. I can ask the family to train you to be a special ability user. You can also have ice attributes special abilities. Prince William began to tempt Chin Fong again. Chin Fong found that this guy was very cautious. After chatting with him for a long time, Prince William did not reveal any useful information. Chin Fong did not plan to ask any more. If he asked too much, he would expose himself. Chin Fong suddenly stood up. His legs were unsteady, and he fell on the partition wall behind him. Boom! With a loud noise, the partition wall between Chin Fong and Yang Kan's private room collapsed. Yang Kan, who was sitting against the wall, fell to the ground. Damn! Isn't the decoration of this shop too lousy? Is this wall made of paper? Scared me to death. Chin Fong secretly used his inner chi to knock down the partition. He pretended to be frightened and stomped his feet angrily as he stood on the collapsed partition. Fatty Lu Shu had jumped out of the private room to avoid a disaster. However, Yang Kan was still in the private room and was under Chin Fang's feet. You, get down now. You fucking stepped on young Master Yang. Lu Shu was stunned by the scene in front of him. He was still in a daze. He was drinking coffee with Yang Kan and fantasizing about pushing down Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku. Why did the wall suddenly collapse? Was it an earthquake? But why were the other private rooms unharmed? Chin Fong stopped, but he was still standing on top of Yang Kan. Chin Fong was wearing the 250-pound sacred azure battle armor. Yang Kan, who was under the partition, felt like he was being crushed by a small mountain. He couldn't get up no matter how hard he tried. He wanted to curse, but he didn't have the strength. Are you talking to me? Chin Fong stared blankly at the willow tree. Lu Shu was so anxious that he almost jumped up. Is Yang Kan going to be trampled to death by this brat? If I'm not talking to you, do you think I'm talking to a dog? Or do you fucking not understand human language? Get down now. Lu Shu pointed at Chin Fong and scolded him. As one of the 4 young masters of the capital, he was used to being arrogant and despotic. Chin Fong was also angry, but he refused to get down. He pointed at the dumbfounded Prince William and said, "How dare you yell at me? Do you know who he is?" Lu Shu was stunned. Normally, people would say, "Do you know who I am?" when they wanted to show off. This brat's way of showing off was a little unusual. Are you crazy? I don't care who he is. I'm reminding you out of goodwill that the person you're stepping on is young Master Yang Kan, one of the 4 young masters of the capital. If you don't get down now, you'll have to collect your own corpse. Lu Shu glared at Chin Fong coldly. Chin Fong acted as if he did not hear Lu Shu's threat. He introduced Prince William solemnly. "Let me tell you, this is my student, Prince Wei. Of course, this is not important. What's important is that he can perform magic." No, wait, he has a supernatural ability. He can release ice with one palm. Lu Shu was not scared. He was dumbfounded by Chin Fang's intelligence. Was this person really not crazy? Why does he speak without rhyme or reason? Lu Shu had already lost his patience. If Yang Kan was really trampled to death by Chin Fong, Lu Shu would have to bear the responsibility. With a big stride, Lu Shu arrived beside Chin Fong and directly struck Chin Fang's chest with his palm. Bang! A slight wind-breaking sound rang in the air. With Lu Shu's stage 3 inner chi, the power of his palm strike was not to be underestimated. It was absolutely no problem for him to kill an ordinary person. You dare to touch Teacher Chow Fong? You're courting death. Prince William was a little angry because Chin Fong had introduced him like a clown. He even asked him to perform the ability to shatter rocks with his chest. No, the ability to release ice with his palm. This was simply an insult to Prince William. As a man of the William family, which one of them was not arrogant and frivolous? If it was not for the fact that Qin Feng was a man who could use needle manipulation, Prince William would have already killed him with one palm strike. Not only did Prince William not kill Qin Feng, he was also forced to save Qin Feng. In his eyes, Teacher Qiao Feng was an ordinary person. He definitely could not withstand Lu Shu's palm strike. Buzz! A strange energy wave seemed to ripple in the surroundings. It was invisible to the naked eye, but Lu Shu and Qin Feng could feel it. Prince William did not approach Qin Feng. He still sat on the sofa opposite Qin Feng, but it was obvious that he had made a move. Lu Shu felt his speed and inner qi being suppressed. His punch, which originally weighed more than 150 kilograms, was less than 1.5 kilograms when it landed on Qin Feng's body. Bang! The punch landed on Qin Feng's chest with a soft muffled sound. It was like a little girl pounding her boyfriend's chest when she was acting coquettishly. Lu Shu hurriedly looked at Prince William. He was dumbfounded. Qin Feng was also somewhat shocked. Was a mutant this powerful? Hey! Are you afraid now? I've already told you that my student is very powerful. Do you believe me now? Come, hammer my shoulders again. You don't have to hammer my chest anymore. Qin Feng suddenly said after regaining his senses. Chapter 622. Prince William's technique was broken, and the strange energy waves around him disappeared. Lu Shu felt the inner qi in his body had recovered. He quickly punched Qin Feng's chest for the second time. How dare you insult me for giving you a massage? I will break your heart. Bang! The sound of wind breaking could be heard in the air. It was more violent than Lu Shu's punch. Prince William's eyes flashed with anxiety, and he quickly used his special ability. A strange energy wave appeared. Lu Shu's sandbag-sized fist started to slow down 20 centimeters in front of Qin Feng's chest. When it landed on Qin Feng's chest, it completely stopped. Bam! The sound of his fist landing was even fainter than last time. Qin Feng was instantly unhappy. I say, you damn fatty, I asked you to massage my shoulders, but you had to hit my chest. Are you deaf? Lu Shu's eyeballs almost popped out. As one of the 4 young masters of the capital city, he had never been bullied like this. Each of the 4 young masters of the capital city had a bottom line that could not be crossed. Lu Shu's bottom line was that he could not be called fat, not even similar adjectives. Even Yang Kan would deliberately avoid this and not touch the willow tree's bottom line. Now that Qin Feng called him a damn fatty, Lu Shu had already regarded Qin Feng as a dead man. Bang! A muffled sound came from Lu Shu's fat body as if it had exploded. Qin Feng and Prince William knew very well that Lu Shu had released his inner qi and was ready to fight with his life. In the whole of China, no one has ever dared to call me fat. You brat, die! Lu Shu roared. The muscles on his face trembled as he punched Qin Feng's head. Qin Feng stood still. He had already seen through Lu Shu's strength. He was only at stage 3 inner qi. Qin Feng was wearing the sacred azure battle armor, so he would be fine even if Lu Shu punched him 100 times. Moreover, Qin Feng believed that Prince William would help him. Sure enough, the strange energy wave appeared again. Prince William did not continue to sit in his original position. He leaped to Lu Shu's side and slapped his palm on Lu Shu's back. Foreigner, you're courting death. Lu Shu felt the aura of death behind him. He had no time to think. He quickly retracted his fist and faced Prince William's palm. Bang! Neither of them flinched. Their fists and palms collided violently. Willow Tree's punch was very powerful, but Prince William was not injured at all. He did not even take a step back. Ta-ta-ta. On the other hand, Willow Tree retreated 3 steps and stood firmly next to Qin Feng. Under Willow Tree's feet was the collapsed gypsum partition. With a crack, Willow Tree seemed to hear the sound of bones breaking and Yang Kan's blood-curdling screams. Who are you? The Willow Tree no longer cared about Yang Kan, who was under his feet. Panic flashed in his eyes as he stared straight at Prince William. Prince William looked around. Many people were attracted by the commotion. Prince William looked a little uneasy. He had entered Kyoto University as a transfer student in order to secretly help Professor Mike and the other members complete the mission. Therefore, Prince William did not want to be the center of attention. He needed to keep a low profile to avoid being recognized. It doesn't matter who I am. If you leave now, I can let you go. Prince William looked at the Willow Tree coldly. Willow Tree was one of the 4 young masters of the provincial capital. He had just announced his name, and he believed that many people in the cafe heard it. How could Willow Tree retreat? If he was scared away now, how could he have the face to stay in the provincial capital in the future? Brat, if you don't leave your name today, don't even think about leaving. My Liu family and the Yang family under my feet are not pushovers. Willow Tree was a little afraid of Prince William's strange skills, but he still pretended to be calm. Prince William did not plan to offend the Liu family or the Yang family. He was also not afraid of the Liu family or the Yang family. The reason why Prince William made a move was because of that troublemaker, Qin Feng. Prince William was about to die of anger because of Qin Feng. Teacher Chow Feng, let's go. It's too noisy here. It's not suitable for chatting and drinking coffee. Willow Tree did not back down. Prince William could only leave by himself. He did not want to make a big deal out of this. That would not benefit him at all. Qin Feng and Prince William left under everyone's gaze. Willow Tree stared angrily at their disappearing figures, but he did not dare to stop them. That foreign devil was too strong. Ahem. Who the hell is standing on me? Hurry up and get out of my way. Willow Tree stood with his hands behind his back. He was thinking about Qin Feng and Prince William's identity when he suddenly heard Yang Kan's scolding under his feet. Willow Tree hurriedly jumped to the side. He was so scared that his little heart was beating wildly. Crash! Yang Kan got up from the ground. The broken wooden boards and splinters that covered him were scattered all over the ground. Yang Kan's handsome suit that was as white as snow had become dirty and torn. His specially styled hairstyle had also become a bird's nest. Those who didn't know better would think that he was here to collect junk. Young Master Yang, why are you under the drywall? I looked for you for a long time. I thought you left me behind and ran away. Willow Tree pretended that nothing had happened. Yang Kan glared at him fiercely and roared, Willow Tree, you're still pretending. Are you deliberately taking revenge on me because I slept with Yang Min? Just now, I felt like a small mountain was pressing down on my back. I couldn't even get up. Look around. In this shop, other than you, who else can step on you and make me unable to stand up? An ominous glint flashed in Willow Tree's eyes because Yang Kan indirectly said that he was fat. Yang Kan also realized that he had touched Willow Tree's bottom line. However, since he had already said it, Yang Kan could not take it back. He pretended to stare fiercely at Willow Tree. The atmosphere suddenly became cold. Not long ago, these 2 rich young masters were drinking coffee and having sex at night. How long had it been? Now, they looked like they wanted to kill each other. This was the upper-class rich family. They could change at a whim. You actually slept with Yang Min. You're shameless. After a long silence, Willow Tree spoke first. The Yang Min they were talking about was the popular all-around female celebrity in film, television, and music. Yang Kan's expression clearly froze for a moment, but he quickly recovered. No way. I slept with her a month ago. You still don't know about this? Look at my quick mouth. This time, I've let it slip. Yang Kan and Willow Tree looked at each other again. Suddenly, the two of them burst into laughter. Ha! Young Master Yang, you're really romantic. Hurry and tell me, what does that little coquettish hoof taste like? Willow Tree took the initiative to hook his arm around Yang Kan's shoulder. Yang Kan backhandedly hooked his arm around Willow Tree's shoulder. Just one word, Saw. Seeing the two young masters face each other like frost for a while and arm around each other's shoulder for a while, the surrounding crowd's worldview was completely destroyed. They all dispersed. At this time, Willow Tree and Yang Kan sat in the private room. Yang Kan's entire body trembled. He abruptly broke free from Willow Tree. Young Master Lu, why are your hands so cold? Willow Tree seemed to have thought of something. He hastily yelled at Yang Kan, Young Master Yang, quick! Quick! Take out your lighter and melt the ice on my hands. It's freezing. Yang Kan looked at the thick layer of ice on Willow Tree's palms. He was shocked. While melting the ice on Willow Tree's palms with the lighter, he asked, who are those two people? Willow Tree's expression became solemn. One of them should be an ordinary person. Other than having a sharp tongue, he's practically a piece of trash. I can smash his head with one punch. The other one is a foreigner. His strength is very strange. He's the one who put this layer of ice on my hands. After Willow Tree's words, both of them fell into deep thought. After a while, Yang Kan opened his mouth and said, could these two people be related to Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku? That's impossible. I think it's just a coincidence, Willow Tree said. That's for the best. Let's not bother about them. According to the information I received, those two little beauties will arrive at Provincial Capital University tonight. Hee hee. Young Master Yang, let's keep the bodies of those two beauties for tonight. There's a grand show-off waiting for us tonight. Let's go look for some young models and socialites to play with first. Willow Tree said excitedly. Both of them laughed vulgarly. Qin Feng and Prince William were dissatisfied with their conversation at the coffee shop. Neither of them got what they wanted. Therefore, both of them remained silent and strolled around the campus. Suddenly, Qin Feng's cell phone rang. Professor Chow Feng, have you finished recording your statement? Is everything all right now? The caller was Wang Zhonghua. He spoke a lot of words of concern for Qin Feng. Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry for making you worry, Principal Wang, Qin Feng said. Hee hee, it's my duty to worry about the teachers and students of Provincial Capital University. Please don't stand on ceremony with me, Professor Chow Feng. Oh right, Professor Chow Feng, are you free now? I need your help with something. Qin Feng replied without hesitation, Principal Wang, I'm really sorry, but I'm very busy right now. I can't leave. Is that so? Sigh. Forget it then. The two superstars of the beauty duo have arrived at the university. I was thinking that Professor Chow Feng and Professor Chang Axayan could receive them if you're free. Principal Wang, I'll be at the university gate soon. Where are you? I'll go look for you now. Qin Feng changed his mind without hesitation. Wang Zhonghua was stunned for a few seconds before he regained his senses. Ah. I am also at the university gate. Ah, I see you. Wang Zhongguo was speechless when he saw Professor Qiao Feng sprinting towards him like a rabbit. Professor Qiao Feng is good at everything, but he can't resist a beauty. Prince William's mouth twitched violently when he saw Professor Qiao Feng. Today was a bad day for Prince William, so he planned to talk to Professor Qiao Feng in 2 days. If he kept on chasing after Professor Qiao Feng, it would only make Professor Qiao Feng suspicious. Professor Qiao Feng, Principal Wang, I'll go back to the dormitory first. Prince William came up and greeted the two of them. Principal Wang nodded at Prince William. Qin Feng's gaze was fixated on the street opposite the university. He didn't pay attention to Prince William at all. After Prince William walked for about 10 minutes, a black limousine slowly drove to Provincial Capital University and stopped at the university gate. 2 uniformed police officers got out of the car and stood on both sides of the door. After a while, a black crystal high heel peeked out of the car. On the high heel was a snow-white and delicate calf. It was slender and long like a tender lotus root. Rao Sherman walked out of the car in a black, elegant one-piece dress. She wore a pair of big sunglasses on her delicate little face and a lace hat on her head. Her whole person emitted a noble, elegant, and mysterious aura. After Rao Sherman got out of the limousine, she tilted her body slightly, but she didn't rush forward. Another pair of beautiful legs landed on the ground. A little beauty wearing a hip-hop hat, a loose yellow hoodie, a pair of blue denim shorts, and colorful cotton socks hopped out of the limousine. The little beauty looked around happily as soon as she got out of the limousine. She hopped around and whispered in Rao Sherman's ear. These 2 beauties were the members of the pretty girls group, Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku. Their arrival was very secretive. Only Principal Wang Zhongguo was informed of their arrival in advance. Both of them were dressed very mysteriously. They wore big sunglasses and a hat to cover their faces, and their heads were slightly lowered. Even if ordinary people saw them, they wouldn't think that they were members of the pretty girls group. Chapter 623. After the 2 girls alighted from the car, the 2 police officers stood in front and behind them to protect them. Although Wang Zhongguo was not familiar with the pretty girls group, he was able to guess the identity of the 2 girls based on their posture. HP//772E6F742E6F%6 Wang Zhongguo hurriedly welcomed them with a smile. Behind him stood the deans of the various theaters. He, you must be Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku, right? Wang Zhongguo purposely lowered his voice as he was afraid that the students would overhear him. If that happened, the situation would get out of hand. Zhang Kuku looked at Wang Zhongguo and the few old-timers behind him with interest. She and Rao Sherman graduated from the arts department of Provincial Capital University. Naturally, they knew these leaders. Long time no see, Principal Wang. You still look like Xiao Benshan. When I saw Uncle Benshan last time, I showed him your photo. Uncle Benshan said that you're his long-lost younger brother. He said that he'll come to Provincial Capital University to look for you when he's free. He. Zhang Kuku was cheerful and lively. She spoke without thinking. Wang Zhongguo's smile froze on his face. Rao Sherman quickly said, Kuku, don't be disrespectful to Principal Wang. Principal Wang, Kuku has always been like this. You should know her better. Wang Zhongguo regained his senses and laughed. Ha! I know her better. She used to piss us off every day when we were still in school. Zhang Kuku pouted when she heard Wang Zhongguo bad-mouthing her. She complained, Sherman, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not the only one who said that. The students in our cohort said that Principal Wang has a long stutter and is a little abnormal. Oh, right, Sherman, you said it too. Zhang Kuku didn't care about their expressions. She couldn't stop talking. Rao Sherman and Wang Zhongguo's mouths twitched violently. Both of them wanted to tape Zhang Keku's mouth up. The leaders behind Wang Zhongguo wanted to laugh, but they didn't dare to. Their faces were flushed. The atmosphere was instantly ruined by Zhang Keku's words. No one knew what to say. Hee hee. These two are the superstars Rao Sherman and Zhang Keku. Ha! It's you. The atmosphere was in a deadlock when Qin Feng suddenly jumped out. He wanted to make a cool entrance and introduce himself in a unique way, but before he could finish his sentence, he was stunned. His eyes were fixed on Zhang Keku. Isn't this the bitch who stole my talisman at Yulin Street? Qin Feng's piercing gaze sent chills down Zhang Keku's spine. Zhang Keku hastily covered her chest and hid behind Rao Sherman. She glared at Qin Feng and yelled, "Hey! If you keep looking at me like that, I'll call the police and have you arrested." Wang Zhongguo was speechless when he saw the look in Qin Feng's eyes. When Qin Feng first saw Lu Bingbing, he looked as if he couldn't even walk. Now that he saw Zhang Keku, his condition worsened. Can't you be more reserved? It would be nice to keep this vulgar excitement to yourself like me. The other school leaders were also secretly shaking their heads. They all thought that teacher Qiao Feng's infatuation was acting up again. You know Zhang Keku. However, Rao Sherman saw something fishy in his eyes. Qin Feng's gaze wasn't infatuated. Instead, there was a hint of anger. Ah! Who doesn't know Zhang Keku? She's a superstar. Qin Feng regained his senses. He was now Qiao Feng, and he almost gave himself away due to his excitement. Zhang Keku's mood improved after being praised by Qin Feng. She snorted coldly and said, "Humph. You're quite observant, aren't you? Forget it. I'm kind, beautiful, and have a sweet tongue. I won't argue with you anymore." Zhang Keku had a good sense of herself. Once she became narcissistic, even Qin Feng would have to admit defeat. The corner of Wang Zhongguo's mouth twitched subconsciously. Who was the one who said I look like Zhao Benshan just now? You call that a sweet tongue? The group of school leaders and Qin Feng greeted Rao Sherman and Zhang Keku, and the atmosphere became more harmonious. Rao Sherman and Zhang Keku stepped into the entrance of Provincial Capital University. Then, she looked at the two police officers behind her and said, "Sorry for troubling you. Keku and I will be under the protection of the principal. You may leave now. Goodbye, Uncle Police." Zhang Keku saluted the two police officers mischievously and stuck her tongue out at them. The two police officers left, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. Rao Sherman, I've arranged your dormitory. It's the same dormitory that you used to live in when you were in school. There are no students living in that building now. However, the delegation from the St. Medical Institute of the USA will be staying in that building. Do you mind? Wang Zhongguo thought Zhang Keku's mouth was too sharp, so he asked for Rao Sherman's opinion and pretended not to see Zhang Keku. You're too kind, Principal Wang. Keku and I have no objections. Rao Sherman's mind was filled with memories when she returned to Provincial Capital University. She was very satisfied that she could stay in the dormitory that she used to live in when she was in school. Zhang Keku clapped her hands and cheered. She mumbled a bunch of alien language, but no one understood what she was saying. She sounded like a little monk chanting scriptures. Rao Sherman asked, "Principal Wang, Keku and I have temporarily resigned from our managers due to some personal circumstances. We'll be holding a concert at the university, and we'll need 2 assistants to help us. Do you have any arrangements for us, Principal Wang?" Rao Sherman and Zhang Keku were betrayed by Big Sis Li half a month ago and were almost bullied by Lu Shu and Yang Kan. After that incident, both of them fired Big Sis Li and had yet to find a reliable manager. Therefore, Rao Sherman told Wang Zhonghua about this before she came to the university. Rao Sherman believed that with Principal Wang's ability, he would definitely make the necessary arrangements. However, Rao Sherman hadn't seen a single woman since she arrived at the university. She couldn't possibly ask those old men to be her and Zhang Ku's personal assistants, right? Rao Sherman reminded me about this, so I've made the necessary arrangements. Oh, this is one of the assistants selected by the university. I forgot to introduce him to both of you. He's Professor Qiao Feng. Professor Qiao Feng defeated the St. Medical Institute's delegation single-handedly during the exchange meeting. He's definitely an honorary teacher of Provincial Capital University. Wang Zhonghua praised Qin Feng in a timely manner. This time, Qin Feng was very satisfied. Rao Sherman and Zhang Ku's jaws dropped at the same time. Zhang Ku exclaimed, "Eh? When did this teacher come? Why haven't I seen him before?" Wang Zhonghua and the other leaders almost fell to the ground. Once again, they experienced the power of Zhang Ku's vicious tongue. It was simply invincible. However, although Zhang Ku had a vicious tongue, what she said was the truth. The leaders also felt that Professor Qiao Feng's appearance was too ordinary. Even now, some of them still couldn't recall Professor Qiao Feng's appearance with their eyes closed. When Wang Zhonghua saw Qin Feng's face was as black as the bottom of a pot, he couldn't stand it anymore. He quickly stepped forward to mediate. "Zhang Ku, how could you not know Professor Qiao Feng? Just now, he even praised you for your great reputation." Zhang Ku's eyes lit up. Whenever someone praised her, she would dance with joy. Oh. I remember now. So you were the one who praised me just now. Why do you look so ordinary? No. Let me take a few more glances at you. How can I forget your appearance so quickly? Zhang Ku's incessant chatter made Qin Feng's mouth twitch. He didn't want to speak because he had nothing to say. Rao Sherman had been with Zhang Ku for a long time, so she was used to this girl's crazy personality. Rao Sherman furrowed her brows and said, "Principal Wang, why did you find a male assistant for Ku and me? Isn't this a little inconvenient?" Of course, Wang Zhonghua did not only look for Qin Feng, but also Professor Chang Xian. But why hasn't Chang Xian arrived yet? Of course not. I've also found a female teacher. She has a good personality and is well liked by the students. I believe she will take good care of both of you if she's your personal assistant, Wang Zhonghua explained. Then, where is she? Why don't I see her? Rao Sherman asked. Before Wang Zhonghua could answer, a hoarse voice came from the crowd. "She's here. Professor Chang Xian is here." The crowd looked toward the source of the voice and saw Chang Xian, who was dressed in a professional black silk suit, walking toward them. "Principal Wang, I'm so sorry. I didn't have any classes this afternoon, so I went home. You suddenly told me that you're going to receive a superstar, so I rushed here immediately. Unfortunately, there was a traffic jam on the way, so I was delayed." Chang Xian was tall and sexy. Many old men in the administration group stole glances at her. Chang Xian explained why she was late. Then, she looked at Rao Sherman and Zhang Ku and said with a smile, "Oh. You must be Rao Sherman and Zhang Ku. Nice to meet you. My name is Chang Xian, and I'm your receptionist. I'll take good care of both of you while you're in Provincial Capital University. In fact, I'm also your fan." Chang Xian loved to listen to the songs of the Pretty Girls group. Their songs allowed Chang Xian to regain the youthful dreams and carefree life she had when she was a student. Both Rao Sherman and Zhang Ku liked Chang Xian very much. They took the initiative to shake hands with Chang Xian and greet her. Surprisingly, Zhang Kuku, the sharp-tongued woman, did not say anything bad about Chang Xian. Perhaps it was because Chang Xian was too perfect that Zhang Kuku did not have anything to say to her. After a round of greetings, Chang Xian finally noticed Xiao Feng. She did not expect Xiao Feng to be here as well, so she asked, "Principal Wang, why is Teacher Xiao Feng here?" Hee. Teacher Chang Xian, I forgot to tell you that you have a partner, Teacher Xiao Feng. He will be working with you to take care of Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku for the next few days. No way. Rao Sherman, Zhang Kuku, and Chang Xian rejected Wang Zhongguo's offer in unison. How could Rao Sherman allow a man to be her personal assistant? She was not used to it. Suddenly, Rao Sherman remembered that 4 months ago, when she went to the Imperial Palace to attend the opening ceremony of Cloud City Hua Manor Phase 2, the man who received her was also a man. However, Rao Sherman missed that man so much that she had not contacted him for a long time. Chang Xian did not have a good impression of Xiao Feng, so naturally, she would not allow Xiao Feng to be her partner. Moreover, Xiao Feng was a pervert. What if he fell for Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku? As for Zhang Kuku, she did not know why she rejected Xiao Feng as her personal assistant. She just followed Rao Sherman and Chang Xian's lead. Zhang Kuku, why did you reject Teacher Xiao Feng as well? Didn't he just say that you're famous? Wang Zhongguo looked at the situation and tried to ease the awkwardness. Zhang Kuku's eyes lit up. She exclaimed in surprise, "Oh. So he's the one who praised me. Why do I feel like I'm seeing him for the first time? Isn't this man a little too ordinary?" Zhang Kuku didn't know if she did it on purpose or not, but Qin Feng felt as if someone had stabbed a knife into his heart. Chapter 624. Are you sure you don't need Teacher Xiao Feng to be your assistant? Wang Zhongguo asked. Books. The 3 girls shook their heads. Zhang Kuku had probably forgotten about Xiao Feng again. Wang Zhongguo sighed and said regretfully, "Sigh. I arranged for Teacher Xiao Feng to be your assistant because there are some tasks that are difficult for you girls, such as throwing out the trash, setting up the stage, evacuating the crowd, maintaining public order, catching thieves, and preventing gangsters from invading. If Teacher Xiao Feng was here, he would be able to take on these tasks. But since you don't need him, I won't force you. Principal Wang, we want Teacher Xiao Feng." The 3 girls changed their words at the same time. They realized that Xiao Feng was very important. When he heard the 3 beauties shouting, "We want him! We want him!" his heart was filled with excitement. It took Wang Zhongguo a long time to finally convince the 3 beauties to accept Xiao Feng. At this time, he even admired his eloquence. After everything was settled, Wang Zhongguo led a group of school leaders to escort Rao Sherman and the others to the dormitory. "Oh right, Principal Wang, Kuku and I are planning to hold a 3-day concert at Provincial Capital University. Is the university's gymnasium empty?" Rao Sherman asked as they walked. "The gymnasium is empty. You and Kuku can hold your concert without worries," Wang Zhongguo said with a smile. "I'm sorry for troubling you with my sudden concert. Thank you very much for your support, Principal Wang." Rao Sherman replied politely because Zhang Kuku wouldn't say anything if she didn't. Zhang Kuku's tongue was always sharp. "Rao Sherman, you don't have to be so courteous with me. When you and Kuku found out that the St. Medical Institute's exchange group was coming to the university, you made time to hold a concert to cheer for the students of Provincial Capital University. As the principal of Provincial Capital University, I sincerely thank you for what you have done. Provincial Capital University nurtures tens of thousands of talents every year. These talents have achieved success in different fields and have become famous. However, no one has forgotten their alma mater, nor has they forgotten this sacred temple that has given them knowledge. From time to time, successful people like you will return to the school to express their gratitude and give lectures to their juniors, imparting knowledge and experience. We, the school leaders, are truly gratified by this. Wang Zhonghua expressed his feelings and said some touching words. Everyone listened and nodded. Qin Feng was absent-minded. He was thinking about how to get Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku to cancel the concert. The two young masters he met at the coffee shop not long ago had already planted their men in the gymnasium. The group talked as they walked, and soon arrived at the dormitory. Qin Feng looked at the introduction of the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion. It was the same as what Little Pig had said. Since the beginning of history, the spiritual qi of heaven and earth on earth had become increasingly sparse. It was no longer suitable for cultivation, so martial artists had become a small minority. There were even fewer martial artists who could break through to a higher realm. Now that he had the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion, Qin Feng didn't have to worry about the lack of spiritual qi on earth that hindered his cultivation. Instead, he started to worry about the problem of not having enough hedonist points. At the rate of 1 hedonist point per second, Qin Feng couldn't afford it. Master, congratulations on opening the Heavenly Blessing and Earthly Cave Pavilion. You have a chance to experience this well-preserved ancient cultivation cave for free for 5 minutes. Little Pig's lazy voice resounded in Qin Feng's mind. Qin Feng was hesitating whether he should use his hedonist points to experience it when the system gave him a free chance. Qin Feng shouted excitedly, "Enter the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion." Buzz! Qin Feng's thoughts moved slightly, and he felt a strange energy wave spread out from his surroundings. Qin Feng found himself suddenly falling into a pitch-black space. The spiritual qi here was very abundant. It was as if he had fallen from the smoggy Beijing to the fresh air of Hawaii. Hiss! Qin Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath. Then, he looked around curiously. This was a spacious cave. There were a few spirit-gathering pearls embedded in the walls of the cave. The spirit-gathering pearls emitted a dark green light, and they looked like luminous pearls. Is this an ordinary cave? Why is there so much spirit qi in here? Qin Feng walked around the cave and was puzzled. Master, this is an ancient cave site preserved by the system. There's a spirit-gathering formation in the cave, so the spiritual qi here won't decrease over time. Instead, it will gather more and more. In its initial state, the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion spiritual qi is so dense that you can directly cultivate. Since the spiritual qi on earth is sparse, you'll have to start with ancient martial arts and break through to stage 9 inner qi before you can officially enter the path of cultivation. Little Pig had an indifferent expression, as if he was talking about something that had nothing to do with him. After hearing this, Qin Feng was dumbfounded. He was truly shocked by the power of the system. Nowadays, Chinese martial artists all started with ancient martial arts. After stage 9 inner qi, they were half a step into cultivation. It had been almost half a year since Qin Feng had obtained the system. He had seen countless experts, but he had never heard of anyone from the famous 9 dragons and 5 tigers entering the realm of half a step into cultivation. But in this Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion, he could directly start cultivation after entering. He could directly enter stage 1 true qi. Little Pig, now that I've entered the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion, can I directly start cultivation from the true qi stage? Qin Feng asked whimsically. Of course not. Master, you've already started with ancient martial arts. So, you can only break through from ancient martial arts to cultivation. Otherwise, your body will go haywire. Little Pig poured a bucket of cold water over Qin Feng's head. Seeing Qin Feng's disappointed expression, Little Pig continued, however, after Master obtained the Heavenly Blessing Cave Pavilion, as long as you come here often to cultivate, you'll be able to condense pure inner qi in your dantian. Compared to other Chinese martial artists, Master will be able to comprehend the true qi stage much faster. China was a big country with a population of 1.3 billion, but how many people could comprehend true qi and step into the cultivation realm? Even in the outer martial arts world, it was still a mystery whether there was anyone who stepped into the true qi stage. This was a chasm that was difficult to cross. After all, many genius martial artists spent their entire lives trying to comprehend true qi but ultimately failed to break through. This was because going from inner qi to true qi stage was a qualitative leap. It was not as simple as breaking through from stage 5 inner qi to stage 6 inner qi. Qin Feng became excited again. If that's the case, then it's very likely that I'll be the first man in China to step into the cultivation realm. Little Pig chuckled and didn't explain. This was probably a forbidden question from the system. If Little Pig answered it, he would be struck by lightning again. Master, 2 minutes have passed. You only have 3 minutes left to cultivate. Fuck. You damned pig, who allowed you to chat with me? Qin Feng cursed and quickly sat cross-legged to cultivate. In the initial state, the spiritual qi in the Heavenly Fortune Cave Pavilion was 30 times denser than on Earth. 3 minutes passed in a flash, but Qin Feng felt as if he had cultivated for several hours. The qi in Qin Feng's dantian began to expand, and he felt like it was going to explode. This was the sign of a breakthrough, and Qin Feng felt very familiar with this feeling. Buzz! An invisible energy wave suddenly vibrated. When Qin Feng opened his eyes, he found himself back in the real world. He was sitting on the bed in his room. Qin Feng hurriedly got off the bed and performed a set of special rank Thunder Tiger fists. The wind from his fists was like a ferocious tiger descending the mountain. The wind and aura from his fists were obviously more powerful than before. Awesome! As long as I have the right opportunity, breaking through to stage 7 inner qi is just a matter of time. Qin Feng felt very refreshed. After performing the special rank Thunder Tiger fists, Qin Feng was drenched in sweat. He took off his clothes and ran to the bathroom to take a shower. After taking a cold shower in the middle of winter, Qin Feng felt that he had become very cute. Dong! 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 Someone knocked on the dormitory door. Qin Feng wrapped himself in a white towel and went to open the door. Oh, it's Teacher Chang Xian. Come in and sit down. Chang Xian was knocking on the door rhythmically, so she didn't even notice that the door was opened. She only came back to her senses when she knocked on Qin Feng's firm chest twice. Aw! You pervert! I'll beat you to death. Chang Xian's face turned red when she saw Qin Feng's naked upper body and his lower body was wrapped in a white towel. She lifted her leg and kicked Qin Feng's crotch. P.S. It's not easy to maintain 3 chapters a day. Please use your monthly votes to support young Master Du. Please use your monthly votes. Chapter 625. Qin Feng did not expect that Chang Xian would turn hostile so abruptly. Didn't I just invite you into my room? Is there a need for such a big reaction? Qin Feng did not have time to think. He extended his arm and hugged Chang Xian's long leg. Chang Xian had driven to this place in the afternoon. She did not even have the time to change her clothes. She was still wearing her teacher's black silk dress. Qin Feng felt an itch in his heart as he caressed the matte black stockings. Arg! You bastard! Why, you are too shameless. Let go of me now. Chang Xian struggled to free herself from Qin Feng's grip. She widened her beautiful eyes and stared at Qin Feng's thighs as if she had seen an alien. Her eyeballs almost popped out of her sockets. Even Qin Feng was frightened by Chang Xian's scream. I just touched your thighs. She even touched it through her stockings. Do you have to act so exaggerated? Qin Feng grumbled in his heart. Suddenly, he felt a chill on his lower body. He looked down instinctively and was so shocked that he jumped up. Why did the only thing on his body, the white towel, fall to the ground? Teacher Chang Xian, please close your eyes. There are some things that you can't look at. Otherwise, you will be fascinated. Qin Feng hugged Chang Xian's thighs with one hand and used the other to cover himself. The commotion was so loud that Rao Sherman and Zhang Kuku came out of the room. The two girls heard Chang Xian's screams. Rao Sherman was holding a table lamp while Zhang Kuku rushed over with a fire hydrant. How much did they distrust Qin Feng? Big sister Chang Xian, are you alright? Let go of big sister Chang Xian. Rao Sherman was stunned by the scene before her. She knew Qiao Feng was a pervert, but she did not expect him to be this perverted. How dare he drag big sister Chang Xian into his room naked in broad daylight? Is there any law in this world? Zhang Kuku covered her mouth in surprise, but she didn't lose her temper. Instead, she stared at Qin Feng with her big, black eyes, which made Qin Feng's hair stand on end. It's a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. Qin Feng was gloomy. He felt as if he had fallen into the Yellow River. Let go of me first. Chang Xian had calmed down. When Qin Feng regained his senses, he hastily let go of Chang Xian's beautiful legs and ran back to his room. Rao Sherman heaved a sigh of relief. She ran to Chang Xian's side and asked worriedly, Sister Chang Xian, are you alright? Chang Xian shook her head. She realized that she had misunderstood Qin Feng. Perhaps, Qin Feng had just finished showering and was wearing a towel when he opened the door. She had kicked him and the towel fell to the ground. No one knew what Chang Xian was thinking about, but her face was so red that it looked like it was going to drip water. Rao Sherman hugged Chang Xian as they returned to their room. Zhang Kuku followed behind them with a shocked expression on her face. She mumbled something in a low voice, but Rao Sherman and Chang Xian only heard the word big. After returning to his room, Qin Feng was drenched in sweat. His body had been seen by 3 women, and he felt incredibly wronged. The main thing was that Qin Feng had never done anything with any of them. Qin Feng rushed into the bathroom and took a cold shower. His emotions finally calmed down. This time, after leaving the bathroom, Qin Feng put on his clothes and left. Professor Qiao Feng. As soon as Qin Feng stepped out of the bathroom, he heard someone calling his name. He turned around and saw Prince William. Prince William. Why are you here? Suspicion flashed in Qin Feng's eyes. He was sure that Prince William was sent by the William family. Since he came to the dormitory in the middle of the night, it was obvious that he was not looking for Rao Sherman and the others. Then, he must be looking for the people from the St. Medical Institute. As expected, the William family's accomplice was in the St. Medical Institute. Prince William's expression changed slightly, but he quickly recovered. Haha. I didn't expect to see Professor Qiao Feng here. I'm here to chat with the people from the St. Medical Institute. Since they are from America, we have a lot to talk about. Ha! Why is Professor Qiao Feng here? Qin Feng laughed coldly in his heart. This Prince William's reaction was quite fast. The 2 celebrities from the Pretty Young Ladies group have already arrived. They live in this dormitory building. Principal Wang arranged for me to be the receptionist and for me to live here for a few days. Prince William knew that 2 celebrities had come to the university, so he did not think too much about it. Prince William was quite excited when he found out that Qin Feng would be staying in this dormitory building for a few days. This way, he would have time to look for Qin Feng and continue to tempt him to go back to America with him. Hee, I heard that the two celebrities from China are both young and beautiful. Professor Chow Feng, you're so lucky. Professor Chow Feng, I'll go and chat with the exchange students. Prince William bade farewell to Qin Feng and went straight to the third floor. Qin Feng paid special attention to Prince William. Prince William entered room 321. The person who opened the door was Black Peter. There were a total of 5 exchange students, but Avril obviously had a room to herself. Room 321 had 4 male exchange students. If Prince William went there, it meant that at least one of the 4 male exchange students was from the William family. This was another new discovery. Chow Feng, come here. Just as Qin Feng finished observing Prince William, the door to Rao Sherman's room opened again. Chang Axian crossed her arms in front of her chest and stared at Qin Feng coldly. Ahem. Professor Chang Axian, what's the matter? Qin Feng felt awkward when he saw Chang Axian. The reason Chang Axian knocked on Qin Feng's door was to ask him to fix the light bulb. Rao Sherman and Zhang Keik's dormitory had been vacant for a long time. Although Wang Zhongwe had arranged for the cleaners to clean the room, they didn't think to fix the light bulb. Of course I have something to tell you. Otherwise, why would I bother with you? Chang Axian was still angry because she had seen Qin Feng's naked body. Her attitude toward Qin Feng became even more unfriendly. Qin Feng felt aggrieved. I'm the one being looked at, and you're not happy about it. However, Qin Feng didn't dare to say it out loud. He was afraid that Chang Axian's gaze could kill him. With a smile plastered on his face, Qin Feng asked, "What's the matter, Professor Chang Axian?" "The light bulb in the toilet is broken. Hurry up and fix it." Qin Feng's face darkened. He was a hedonistic young master. Since when did he become a light bulb? What are you waiting for? Hurry up and go. Chang Axian stomped her feet. Qin Feng ran into the room with a smile on his face. Rao Sherman and the other 2 women's room had the same layout as Qin Feng's dormitory. It was a 3-bedroom dormitory that could fit the 3 women. Not long after the 3 women entered the room was filled with their fragrance. Qin Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath as soon as he entered the room. Rao Sherman and Zhang Kiki were playing PA on the bed. The 2 women were about to take a bath when they discovered that the light bulb was broken. They had taken off their clothes and changed into pajamas. Rao Sherman hastily covered her body with the blanket when she saw Qin Feng. She stared at Qin Feng with vigilance. Zhang Kuku was engrossed in her game, so she couldn't be bothered with Qin Feng at all. Her long legs were kicking in the air, dazzling Qin Feng's eyes. "Bebe, Chow Feng is here. Sit properly." Rao Sherman rolled her eyes at Zhang Bebe speechlessly. Zhang Bebe ignored her and said, "Oh. Don't disturb me. I'm fighting the boss. I've seen Teacher Chow Feng's naked body, so it's not a bad thing for him to look at my beautiful legs." Chang Axian and Rao Sherman were speechless. They were utterly defeated by Zhang Kiki. Qin Feng praised Zhang Kiki in his heart. "Look at how sensible this girl is." Reciprocity is a Chinese etiquette that has been passed down for 5,000 years. "What are you looking at? I told you to fix light bulbs, not blisters." Chang Axian was so angry that she covered her mouth in fear when she yelled at Qin Feng. Qin Feng ran into the bathroom and saw a set of black underwear hanging on the bathtub rack. Judging from the size, it should be Zhang Keik's. Kiki, hurry up and take your underwear away," Chang Axian called out to Zhang Kiki as she stood at the bathroom door. Zhang Keik's nonchalant voice drifted over, "Big sister Chang Axian, just hang it there. Help me keep an eye on Teacher Chow Feng." don't let him sniff it. Qin Feng stepped on the stool and was about to change the light bulb. He almost slipped and fell off the stool. The wiring in the bathroom was good, but the light bulb was old and could not be plugged in. Qin Feng changed the light bulb and the bathroom lit up. Teacher Chang Xian, is there anything else I can help you with? Qin Feng walked out of the bathroom and his gaze lingered on Zhang Keek's beautiful legs. Chang Xian clenched her teeth and pushed Qin Feng out of the bathroom. No. Get out of here. Zhang Ke could seem to have defeated the BSS, so she tossed the IPA aside. When she saw the bathroom light was turned on, she quickly ran into the bathroom. She stopped in front of the bathroom door and stared at Qin Feng blankly. Professor Chang Xian, since when did Provincial Capital University hire such a young electrician? We were all old men when we were in school. Otherwise, the girls would purposely break the light bulb and ask him to fix it. Qin Feng opened his mouth but said nothing in the end. He covered his chest and walked out of the bathroom. After leaving the dormitory, Qin Feng went to the university cafeteria for dinner. He even ordered takeout for Rao Sherman and the other two girls. After dinner, Qin Feng received a call from Yan Wushuang. Qin Feng, aren't you coming back tonight? Asked Yan Wushuang. I'll be staying at the university for the next few days. I've snuck into the St. Medical University's temporary dormitory. I'm going to investigate the other party's situation. Qin Feng gave a simple explanation and made it sound like everything was for the sake of the mission. He did not mention anything about being Rao Sherman and Zhang Keek's personal assistant. Yan Wushuang believed Qin Feng's words. When she saw Qin Feng's sudden interest in the mission, her tone softened a little. Then you must be careful. Don't let the William family find out about you. Oh right, that green-haired guy has been waiting for you at the entrance for the whole afternoon. He wants to see you. Qin Feng was slightly stunned. He asked, why does that unlucky guy want to see me? Did he find another exit? I found two. One is near the park behind the south gate of the pedestrian walkway, and the other one is in Provincial Capital University. It's not far from the exit you found earlier. It's on the other side of the biology lab, said Yan Wushuang. Qin Feng did not expect the green-haired guy to be so capable to find two new exits in such a short time. That's good. Green-haired already told you. Why is he still waiting for me at the entrance of the villa? Qin Feng was puzzled. Yan Wushuang said helplessly, he said you gave him poison. If he can't get the antidote before midnight, he'll bleed to death from his 7 orifices. You better come back. I think that guy's pale from fear. Qin Feng slapped his forehead. If Yan Wushuang did not remind him, he would have forgotten about this. He only rubbed a pile of dirt to scare the green-haired guy that it was poison. How could this guy take it so seriously? Find some cold medicine and throw it to the green-haired guy and lie to him that it's a slow-acting antidote. Then, ask him to continue searching in the tunnel and see if there's another exit. I'll give him the antidote after 3 days, said Qin Feng. The corner of Yan Wushuang's mouth twitched. She could tell that Qin Feng was trying to scare the green-haired guy. Chapter 626. After Qin Feng hung up Yan Wushuang's call, he prepared to return to the dormitory to protect Rao Sherman and the other two girls. He also wanted to observe Prince William's movements. However, before he could take 2 steps, he suddenly saw a fat shadow flash past him. Gradesbook.net. Lu Jia, where are you going so late at night? Lu Jia was stopped by Qin Feng, and he turned around to look at Qin Feng. After he recognized Qin Feng, the fat on Lu Jia's face squeezed together, and he ran over to Qin Feng with a smile on his face. Hee hee. Isn't this Chao Feng Laosher? I haven't seen Chao Feng Laosher for a long time, and you have become even more handsome. As soon as Lu Jia arrived, he started to flatter Qin Feng. He was still thinking about the orange great overlord / that Qin Feng had mentioned. Stop flattering me. Aren't you going home? Aren't you afraid that your father will beat you up? Lu Jia was Qin Feng's second follower, so Qin Feng was quite concerned about Lu Jia. Teacher Qiao Feng, how did you know that the old man at home would beat me if I returned home late? I don't think I've told you anything about my family. Qin Feng almost let the cat out of the bag. He shrugged and said, didn't you say that your old man hung you upside down on a tree and whipped you for 3 days and 3 nights after you crashed your car? Your old man must be very strict with you. Lu Jia nodded dumbly. That's right. Teacher Qiao Feng is really smart. I can't believe you guessed it. But even if I don't go back tonight, I won't be afraid. The 4 young masters of the capital are having a party at the Soaring Cloud Mansion tonight. All the disciples from the big and small families in the capital will be there. To put it bluntly, it's a party for those 4 young masters to show off. I didn't want to go at first, but my father beat me with a belt and forced me to go. Lu Jia said with a wronged expression. Why would he go to the 4 young masters of the capital to show off? If he went, he would just be a victim of his pretentious act. When Qin Feng was still a young master in the Acropolis city, he would often organize a pretentious assembly. Now, it seemed that all the young masters in the world were the same. Are Lu Shu and Yang Can going? Qin Feng asked. Lu Jia's expression greatly changed as he exclaimed, Teacher Qiao Feng, don't tease me. Lu Shu and Yang Can are 2 of the 4 young masters. Of course, they have to go to the show tonight. Qin Feng knew that the capital's 4 great families were the Lu family, the Yang family, the Dongfang family, and the Sima family. He didn't know that Lu Shu and Yang Can were 2 of the 4 young masters. Qin Feng was prepared to give them some trouble when he thought about how these 2 people had designs on Rao Shi Man, Professor Qiao Feng. Every time the acting tough assembly is held, the capital's rich young masters and heiresses will gather there. Beautiful women are as common as the clouds, and it's comparable to a grand banquet. Professor Qiao Feng, would you like to join us? Lu Jia had been thinking about the overlord / so he tried to curry favor with Qin Feng again. Knowing that teacher Qiao Feng loved beauties, Lu Jia specifically tried to tempt Qin Feng in this area. Qin Feng didn't expect Lu Jia to discover his deeply hidden habits in less than a week. Qin Feng was a little embarrassed. Yes, of course, lead the way. A wretched smile appeared on Lu Jia's face, as if he had already guessed that teacher Qiao Feng would be there. Then, he dragged Qin Feng toward the Soaring Cloud Mansion. The Soaring Cloud Mansion was a famous private club in the capital city. It was the best place for the young masters of the capital to gather. Qin Feng and Lu Jia hailed a taxi and arrived at the entrance of the Soaring Cloud Mansion. In front of Qin Feng's eyes was a magnificent 3-story building. It covered a large area, and it looked like a giant dragon lying on the ground. The exterior of the club was made of a new type of high-grade lightweight material. It shone like a crystal under the night sky. As soon as they arrived at the entrance, 2 guards stopped them and said, Gentlemen, please show me your membership cards. Qin Feng sensed their auras and discovered that the guards of the Soaring Cloud Mansion were stage 4 inner chi martial artists. Hee. Big brothers, this is my membership card. This is my friend, and he's here to have fun with me. Lu Jia hastily took out a card made of pure gold and handed it to the guards. The owner of the Soaring Cloud Mansion had a mysterious and powerful background. As long as it was a member of the Soaring Cloud Mansion, Lu Jia wouldn't dare to offend even the 2 guards. As the young master of the Lu family, which ranked at the bottom of the 5 small families in the capital, Lu Jia always felt that his life was very sullen. One of the security guards looked at Lu Jia's gold card, but his expression didn't change. He returned the card to Lu Jia and said, "Please come in." It had been a long time since Qin Feng had attended such a gathering of the rich and powerful. He and Lu Jia had arrived at the hall on the first floor. There were many handsome men and beautiful women walking in and out of the hall. The men were dressed in custom-made suits and wore expensive watches. They gathered together to chat and laugh like gentlemen. Most of the women wore sexy cheongsams or evening gowns, and the handbags in their hands were worth hundreds of thousands of yuan. The waiters and waitresses of the Soaring Cloud Mansion had undergone a strict selection process. They were young and energetic, and any one of them was as good-looking as a popular celebrity. There were also a lot of socialites here, including a few popular stars in Huaxia. But here, those celebrities and socialites didn't put on airs at all. They even tried their best to curry favor with the rich young masters and young ladies in the crowd with their looks. Qin Feng was a qualified hedonistic young master, so he wasn't surprised by such a grand and luxurious scene. Lu Jia probably didn't like to participate in this kind of show-off event. He swayed his fat body and walked uncomfortably in the crowd. "Yo, isn't this the young master of the Lu family, Lu Jia?" Lu Jia's worst fears had come true. He was about to pull Qin Feng to a secluded corner to eat some delicious food and wait for the arrival of the 4 young masters of the capital. However, as soon as he entered the room, someone came up to him and greeted him. "Hee, young Master Lu, you've been eating well lately. You've put on weight again. You look like a pig now. Young Master Lu, how did you get here today? Did you come here by bicycle or taxi? By the way, your dad has a very precious broken Buick. Did you sneak it out again?" Ha ha ha. There were 4 people in total. All of them were dressed in luxurious clothes and had an imposing appearance. However, it was obvious that the 4 of them were not Lu Jia's friends. The moment they spoke, their voices were filled with sarcasm and mockery towards Lu Jia without restraint. Lu Jia clenched his fists tightly. His eyes were bloodshot. Another handsome and tall figure walked toward them. It was Gao Tianyao from the Gao family. "Brothers, I have to remind you that young Master Lu has been very patient lately. He even dared to oppose me in school. No matter how poor and useless the Lu family is, they are still an ancient martial arts family. Their disciples have been practicing martial arts since they were young. This damn fatty is a stage 4 inner chi expert. Don't provoke him too much, or he might bite you." Gao Tianyao had always disliked Lu Jia, but he wasn't as strong as Lu Jia. Therefore, he could only tolerate Lu Jia in school. Now that he had the chance, Gao Tianyao went all out to ridicule Lu Jia. The other young masters put on a fearful expression. Some of them even took a step back. "Oh, young Master Lu is so powerful. You're a stage 4 inner chi expert. Don't you dare hit me. I won't be responsible if my stage 6 inner chi bodyguard kills you with a slap." Tisk. It's the age of technology. What's the use of practicing ancient martial arts? Ancient martial arts families have fallen behind the times. They're so poor that they can't even afford to eat. They have to go begging on the streets. Guys, don't say that. Let's give young Master Lu some face. If he jumps into the river after tonight's gathering, we won't be able to get away with it. Ha ha ha. Another round of unbridled laughter rang in the air. Lu Jia's face turned ashen. Veins popped on his forehead. However, the other young masters acted as if they didn't see it. They weren't afraid of Lu Jia at all. Lu Jia exhaled a mouthful of foul air and retracted his inner chi. Indeed, he didn't dare to attack them because he couldn't afford to offend any of them. "Professor Qiao Feng, let's find a quiet place to sit down. I'm sorry for making a fool of myself in front of you." A hint of helplessness flashed in Lu Jia's eyes. He pulled Qin Feng aside. Gao Tianyao's eyes lit up. He quickly jumped out and blocked Lu Jia and Qin Feng's way. Qin Feng was standing behind Lu Jia, so Gao Tianyao didn't notice Qin Feng's presence. Yo! Isn't this our school's famous teacher, Teacher Chao Feng? Why are you here? Don't tell me you're here to freeload with Lu Jia. Gao Tianyao hated Lu Jia and Chao Feng the most in school. He did not expect to bump into both of them today. Gao Tianyao was overjoyed. The rest of the big rare geniuses had something fun to do, so they all gathered around. These young masters were all accompanied by beautiful women. They were either young models, socialites, or superstars. There were even 2 young masters who had a beautiful woman on each side of them. Clearly, these 2 young masters were of higher social status. Looking at Lu Jia's side, there was no one. No, Lu Jia still had Qin Feng. Gao Tianyao, it's fine if you insult me, but I'm warning you, don't insult Teacher Chao Feng. He has nothing to do with us to begin with. Lu Jia had been suppressing his anger for a long time, and he vented it all out. All the young masters were stunned. No one had expected Lu Jia to flip out. This was also the first time they had seen Lu Jia flip out. It turned out that this person could flip out. Gao Tianyao's face turned cold. If he could beat Lu Jia, he would have slapped him. Yo! What do you mean by yelling at me? Do you want to start a fight? Fine, I'll call my family right now, and I'll cut off your family's source of income in minutes. Lu Jia's family was an orthodox ancient martial arts family. All the members of the Lu family were dedicated to martial arts and were not good at business. Therefore, the Lu family had the worst financial resources among the big families in the provincial capital. They could not even compare to the assets of some wealthy individual CEOs. Because of this, all the young masters in the provincial capital looked down on Lu Jia, and no one would play with the Lu family. These rich young masters would spend money to pick up girls, race cars, and gamble. How could Lu Jia play with them? Lu Jia's momentum weakened. He was not afraid of Gao Tianyao, but it did not mean that his family was not afraid of the Gao family. As a disciple of the Gao family, Lu Jia not only represented himself, but also represented his family. That was why Lu Jia lived such a sullen life. Young Master Gao, I'm sorry. I was too emotional just now. Lu Jia helplessly loosened his clenched fists, and his tone softened. Mr. Chao Feng and I will go sit over there. Have a good time, young masters. Lu Jia pulled Qin Feng and continued walking. A cold glint flashed in Gao Tianyao's eyes. Catching Lu Jia off guard, Gao Tianyao punched Lu Jia in the back. Lu Jia staggered and almost fell to the ground. Cough! Gao Tianyao's sneak attack was full of force, and Lu Jia was caught off guard. He coughed violently and almost coughed up blood. Gao Tianyao. Did you play dirty? Lu Jia ignored the pain in his body and turned to glare at Gao Tianyao. Gao Tianyao held his head high and looked at Lu Jia playfully. Did I? When did I play dirty? Young masters, you have to be my witness. I didn't do anything just now. The young masters smiled. Of course, they saw Gao Tianyao's sneak attack, but why would they testify for Lu Jia? I didn't see anything. Young Master Lu, I haven't seen you in a few days, and your acting skills have improved tremendously. Could it be that the Lu family's business is failing and they want you to join the entertainment industry? You won't be able to join the entertainment industry with your body and looks. Luo Bin, the young master of the Luo family, teased the 2 beauties in his arms. The 2 beauties were the new favorites in the entertainment industry. They laughed and said, Young Master Luo, your friend is so funny. Even if he joins the entertainment industry, he can only play dead people. The other beauty added, he can even act in a zombie movie. Chapter 627. Ha ha ha. The hall on the first floor was filled with laughter. The young masters and daughters of wealthy families who did not know what was going on gathered around to join in the fun. When they saw Lu Jie's neck was flushed with anger, they understood what was going on. So, they were bullying the poor boy from the Lu family again. Everyone was used to it. They surrounded Lu Jie as if they were looking at a gorilla in a zoo. Lu Jie's breathing quickened, and his eyes widened. He wished he could strangle Gao Tianyao to death. Gao Tianyao was not afraid at all. He even put on a sloppy expression that deserved a beating. The young masters and daughters of wealthy families were not afraid either. They had seen this kind of scene many times, and they had never seen Lu Jie lose his temper. Everyone was looking forward to seeing Lu Jie lose his temper. It would be more interesting if Lu Jie lost his temper. Phew. Sure enough, Lu Jie suddenly let out a sigh. His fat body was like a deflated balloon, and he immediately went limp. Lu Jie was too embarrassed to look at Qin Feng. He lowered his head and walked to a corner. TSK. That coward is still the same as always. Sigh. I was still fantasizing about Lu Jie losing his temper. I was too naive. As soon as Lu Jie left, the hall was filled with sighs and discussions. The young masters and daughters of wealthy families saw that the show was over, so they dispersed and went back to chatting and flaunting their wealth. Gao Tianyao, don't go. A sudden shout came from behind them. Everyone stopped in their tracks and turned around in surprise. Qin Feng stood at the same spot with his hands behind his back. He stared at Gao Tianyao with a calm smile and said, "Apologize to Lu Jie." Qin Feng's voice was as calm as still water, but it stirred up 1,000 waves in the hall. Who is this guy? Why is he so arrogant? I don't think he's from a prestigious family in the provincial capital. I've never seen him before. When did this person stand there? Didn't Lu Jie come alone just now? The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched when he heard everyone's discussion. It seemed that Zhang Ku did not purposely provoke him. It was just that his face was too ordinary for those young masters to remember. Gao Tianyao was stunned. He did not expect Xiao Feng to say something like that to him. Is this guy out of his mind? Teacher Xiao Feng, I don't need him to apologize. Let's go sit at the side. Before Gao Tianyao could react, Lu Jie had already run back to Qin Feng's side. When Qin Feng stood up and said those words, Lu Jie was so touched that he almost cried. This scene was so similar to the time when Qin Feng stepped forward to help Lu Jie in medical school. Fuck you, what did you just say? Before Lu Jie could pull Qin Feng away, Gao Tianyao had already regained his senses. He strode forward and glared at Qin Feng. Are you deaf? I want you to apologize to Lu Jie. Qin Feng's expression was as calm as ever. The rich young masters and young ladies who had dispersed gathered once again. Everyone had a look of anticipation on their faces. These people were not afraid of causing trouble, but they were afraid of having nothing better to do. Interesting. Who is that ordinary-looking man? He seems to be very confident. The Gao family is the leader of the 5 small families in the provincial capital, and they have some influence in the provincial capital. Since this kid dares to talk back to young Master Gao, he must not be a pushover. What a drama. Everyone who could stand here was a member of the upper class of the provincial capital. If you were arrogant, there would always be someone more arrogant than you. Even with Gao Tianyao's status, there were still people who were gloating over his misfortune. Gao Tianyao clenched his fists, and his face instantly darkened. Gao Tianyao had found Xiao Feng an eyesore when they were still in school. After that incident, Gao Tianyao had investigated Qiao Feng's background, and he found that Qiao Feng was just an ordinary university teacher. How dare a piece of trash like him behave atrociously in the soaring cloud mansion? Does he think he's still in school? Are you sure you want me to apologize? Gao Tianyao's voice was deep, and he seemed to be suppressing his anger. Qin Feng was not afraid at all. He said calmly, "Of course. You'll regret it if you don't apologize today." Gao Tianyao could be arrogant, but Qin Feng was even more arrogant. An invisible airflow spread out from Qin Feng's body, suffocating the rich young master's heiresses. Which of these people was not arrogant, despotic, and barbaric? However, at this moment, they felt an inexplicable sense of panic. This was the murderous aura that Qin Feng emitted. He had killed too many villains, so his murderous aura was overwhelming. Gao Tianyao was a little nervous, but he forced himself to remain calm. He looked at Qin Feng indifferently and said, "Qiao Feng, do you think you're still in school? Are you trying to intimidate me with your status as a teacher?" I'm laughing my head off. Let me tell you, you're not qualified to attend this gathering of the rich and powerful. Get the hell out of here. It's not up to you to decide whether I'm qualified or not. Don't change the subject, and apologize now. Qin Feng said disapprovingly. Gao Tianyao wanted to change the subject, but Qiao Feng refused to let it go. Gao Tianyao was enraged, and he yelled at Qin Feng, "None of you saw me do anything. Why should I apologize to that fat pig? It's enough that I saw it." Qin Feng's voice suddenly turned cold, and the oppressive atmosphere intensified. In the beginning, many people looked down on Qin Feng, and they could not even remember his face. However, at this moment, everyone was flustered. This person was too domineering. "You're looking for trouble. I'll kill you." Gao Tianyao was driven into a corner. This was the first time he was threatened in front of so many upper-class people. Gao Tianyao bellowed and swung his fist at Qin Feng's face. Bang! A muffled sound rang in the air, and the crowd was dumbfounded. Qin Feng remained standing with his hands clasped behind his back. Gao Tianyao fell to the ground on his buttocks, clutching his stomach. Lu Jie's punch had knocked him out of breath, and he could not even scream in pain. The noisy hall quieted down, and everyone could hear the rapid heartbeats of the crowd. Lu Jie's anger was not appeased after he knocked Gao Tianyao to the ground. The anger that he had been suppressing for the whole night was unleashed. Since he had already attacked Gao Tianyao, he might as well fight to his heart's content. Lu Jie stomped his foot on Gao Tianyao's chest again. Thud. Gao Tianyao hastily circulated his inner qi, but he was still sent flying by Lu Jie's kick. Everyone covered their eyes as they could not bear to watch. Even if Lu Jie was a stage 4 inner qi martial artist, he would not feel good with his fat body, let alone the fact that Lu Jie was a stage 4 inner qi martial artist. Gao Tianyao's small body slid on the glossy black marble floor for quite a distance before he came to a stop. He picked himself up and pounced at Lu Jie. "Ah! Lu Jie, you're courting death." The anger that Lu Jie had been suppressing for the whole night finally erupted. Gao Tianyao had been humiliated in public, and he was in a state of frenzy. Neither of them backed down, and they charged at each other's fists. Hiss! Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. Lu Jie and Gao Tianyao were both stage 4 inner qi martial artists, and the aura that they released was terrifying. Some rich young masters wanted to stop them, but they were too weak to do so. Some of them were excited, and they could not wait for the two of them to fight. Bang! Bang! Their fists landed, but there was no earth-shattering momentum as expected, nor was there any great destructive power. The sound of their fists landing was very soft, as though they had struck a soft cotton sack. The sack absorbed all of their attacks as though nothing had happened. Lu Jia and Gao Tianyao's expressions changed drastically, and the onlookers were dumbfounded. Even Qin Feng, who had always been calm and composed, was shocked. Another person appeared between Lu Jia and Gao Tianyao. Other than Qin Feng, no one knew when he had appeared. The man was tall and straight, and his profile was handsome and resolute. He extended his arms and held a fist in each of his hands, immobilizing Lu Jia and Gao Tianyao. Wow! He's so handsome. Young Master Qin is so handsome. I've long heard that young Master Qin Shao of the Qin family has the highest realm among the younger generation. It seems like it's true. He took down Lu Jia and Gao Tianyao so easily. How powerful is he? Qin Huang suffered a lot in the early stages of Acropolis City, but the Qin family didn't care. Every 5 years, Qin Huang would bring Qin Feng back to the Qin mansion. It was said that it was a big gathering of the Qin family. Qin Feng didn't have much feelings for the Qin family. He wasn't close to his grandfather, second uncle, and third uncle. Because of this, Qin Feng didn't feel anything when he saw his third brother, Qin Yi, killed in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Were these the brothers of the Qin family? The brothers who always wanted to kill Qin Feng. Chapter 628. Professor Qiao Feng. Say something. Lu Jia pushed Qin Feng's shoulder when he saw Qin Feng was ignoring him. Everyone, please search, I'm fine. Let's sit over there for a while. Qin Feng came back to his senses and cleared his mind of all the messy thoughts in his head. He led Lu Jia to a quiet corner and sat down. After they sat down, Lu Jia was excited. Professor Qiao Feng, you were so domineering just now. Do you know that I saw the shadow of my boss in you? If I hadn't already acknowledged you as my boss and promised to be my boss's follower, I would have acknowledged you as my boss right now. Qin Feng listened to Lu Jia's incessant yelling and chatting with him from time to time. Qin Feng's gaze swept across the hall on the first floor. He wanted to find Qin Zhao's figure, but Qin Zhao didn't seem to be on the first floor. Professor Qiao Feng, are you listening to me? After flattering Qin Feng for a long time, Lu Jia suddenly realized that Professor Qiao Feng was absent-minded. Ah. Of course I'm listening, Qin Feng lied without batting an eyelid. Lu Jia rolled his eyes and said, Professor Qiao Feng, can you repeat what I said earlier? Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He had no idea what Lu Jia had said earlier. Lu Jia, you did well just now. When Gao Tianyao was going to beat me up, you stood up for me. I'm very touched. Qin Feng changed the topic in an attempt to get away with it. When Lu Jia heard Qin Feng's compliment, he forgot what he had said earlier. His face was full of smiles. Halfway through his smile, Lu Jia blushed and looked at Qin Feng embarrassedly. Professor Qiao Feng, actually, I'm not as good as you think I am. I was thinking about the Overlord slash that you mentioned last time. I was afraid that if I didn't help you, you wouldn't have given me the Overlord slash. Qin Feng was touched when Lu Jia helped him. However, at this moment, Qin Feng could only roll his eyes at him. Seeing that Qin Feng's expression had changed, Lu Jia began to flatter Qin Feng again. However, Qin Feng didn't want to talk to the fatty anymore. Instead, he swept his gaze across the crowd in the hall. Qin Feng didn't think that the capitals for young masters had such great influence. Tonight, quite a few wealthy young masters came. Qin Feng saw Yunzhe, Liang Yu, and someone who looked like Wei Xiaolei in the crowd. After listening to that person's conversation with others, Qin Feng confirmed his identity. It was Wei Xiaolei's cousin, Wei Tianhao. Qin Feng had visited the Liang family a few nights ago and asked Liang Yu not to get close to women in the future. Even so, Qin Feng was furious when he saw Liang Yu. Who told this brat to have designs on Zhao Lingxian? He was simply seeking death. I'm going to the washroom. Wait for me here, Qin Feng said to Lu Jia before he stood up and walked toward the washroom at the end of the hall. There was no one in the restroom, so Qin Feng entered a cubicle for squatting and took out his phone to make a call. The call was quickly connected, and a trembling voice was heard. Senior Green Wolf, you're calling me in the middle of the night. Is there something wrong? The person who spoke was Liang Yu's father, Liang Shuiping. When he saw Green Wolf's number, he was so shocked that he almost threw his phone away. Xiao Liang, there is indeed a small matter that I need your help with. You won't find it troublesome, right? Qin Feng spoke in Green Wolf's voice. Oh. What are you saying, Senior Green Wolf? If you need anything, just tell me. To be able to help Senior Green Wolf is my good fortune from my past life. Ever since Liang Shuiping witnessed Green Wolf's destructive flames and his ability to come and go without a trace, he feared Green Wolf from the bottom of his heart. If that's the case, then I won't be courteous with you, Xiao Liang. I have a little brother called Lu Jia. He just called me and said that he was bullied by a few wealthy young masters at the Soaring Cloud Manor. Tell that brat Liang Yu to go to the Soaring Cloud Manor and find Lu Jia. Tell him to help my little brother get back at him. Qin Feng said indifferently. Ah. Get back at those wealthy young masters? This matter. Liang Shuiping was instantly speechless. Of course, he knew that tonight was the gathering of the wealthy at the Soaring Cloud Manor. The guests were all descendants of the capital's upper class. Even if the Liang family was one of the 5 small families in the capital, they weren't powerful enough to cause trouble at a place like that. Before Liang Shuiping could finish, Qin Feng's voice suddenly turned cold. Xiao Liang, can't your Liang family handle such a small matter? It seems like there's no point for me to keep the Liang family. Liang Shuiping was scared half to death by Qin Feng's words. He believed that Green Wolf had the ability to destroy the Liang family. Even if he couldn't destroy the Liang family, he could destroy Liang Shuiping with a wave of his hand. However, Liang Shuiping was very aggrieved. How could this be called a small matter? You can't fool people like this. Ahem. Senior Green Wolf, don't worry. The Liang family can handle this. I'll call Liang Yu right now and ask him to help Senior's little brother get back at him. Liang Shuiping could only bite the bullet and agree. Very well, I'll give the Liang family 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, if my little brother still calls me to complain, I'll go there myself. By the way, I'm not going to the Soaring Cloud Mansion, I'm going to the Liang family. Qin Feng hung up after giving his instructions. Liang Shuiping gnashed his teeth in anger. It's not the Liang family who bullied your little brother. If you have the guts, go to the Soaring Cloud Manor and cause trouble. What do you mean by destroying the Liang family? After complaining, Liang Shuiping picked up his phone obediently and hurriedly called Liang Yu. Professor Chao Feng, why did you take so long to go to the washroom? I almost went to look for you. As soon as Qin Feng returned, Lu Jia shouted at him anxiously. Qin Feng thought something had happened. Why did you look for me? I told you I was going to the washroom. Professor Chao Feng, you don't know how evil those rich young masters are. You offended Gao Tianya just now, and I'm afraid that he'll take revenge on you. When the capital's 4 young masters come, I'll greet them and we'll leave. We can't stay here for long. Seeing Lu Jia's nervous expression, Qin Feng shrugged indifferently. What's there to be afraid of? God will deal with the evildoers. Just you wait. Gao Tianyao and those rich young masters who bullied you will definitely get what they deserve tonight. Lu Jia obviously didn't believe Qin Feng's words. He turned his chubby face around and was constantly on guard against a sneak attack. Qin Feng also scanned the crowd and quickly found Liang Yu's figure. At this moment, Liang Yu was immersed in a group of women. He said some jokes that made the sexy beauties laugh. Liang Yu occasionally touched the beauties' slender waists and took the opportunity to glance at their collars. He was obviously flirting with them. Seeing this, Qin Feng was very angry. This guy simply turned a deaf ear to his words. But soon, Liang Yu retreated from the group of women and stood in a corner to answer a call. Liang Yu's cheerful expression changed again and again. In the end, it was filled with fear and despair. Even if Qin Feng didn't deliberately eavesdrop, he knew it was Liang Shuiping who called. A minute later, Liang Yu hung up. The phone in his hand had already slipped and fallen to the ground, but he didn't care. Liang Yu looked as if his soul had been sucked out. His body had lost all its strength, and he was leaning against the marble wall with a pained expression as if his father had died. Qin Feng had personally witnessed Liang Yu's fall from high spirits in a group of flowers to his current dispirited, and helpless state. Qin Feng was so happy that he almost died. Professor Chow Feng, why are you smiling like an idiot? Don't doubt what I just said. You're not from a rich family, so you don't understand how treacherous and cunning rich families are. Gao Tianyao will definitely take revenge on us tonight. Professor Chow Feng, you should be more vigilant. Don't stare at those women's breasts and smile like an idiot. Those are all fake, silicone. Lu Jia had been sneaky the whole night and had been on his guard. Qin Feng had to hand it to him. Before Qin Feng could refute him, there was a sudden scream in the lobby. It sounded like someone was fighting again. Fuck. Professor Chow Feng, you're a godly mathematician. They're really fighting. The Liang family's young master, Liang Yu, is fighting with Gao Tianyao and the others. It was a mess in the lobby on the first floor. Liang Yu chased after Gao Tianyao, Luo Bin, and the other rich young masters like a madman and beat them up. The Liang family was one of the 5 small families in the capital and ranked second. However, the Liang family was special. They were in the business of medicinal herbs, and martial artists needed these medicinal herbs to speed up their breakthroughs. Therefore, the Liang family had a high status. I couldn't tell that the Liang family's young master had been hiding his strength all this time. He has already broken through to stage 4 inner chi, and he's clearly more powerful than Gao Tianyao. Everyone, get out of the way. Liang Yu has gone crazy. He's hitting everyone he sees. Don't get hurt by accident. He scared me to death. This guy just asked me to get a room tonight. Luckily, I didn't agree. Otherwise, he would have killed me if he went crazy. The crowd was in chaos. Some ran away with their heads in their hands, some screamed for help, and most of them gathered around to watch the show. Soon, everyone realized that Liang Yu was not really crazy. His targets were the 5 people he had been attacking, Gao Tianyao, Luo Bin, and the other 3 rich young masters. If someone was observant, they would realize that these 5 people were the 5 people who had offended Lu Jia not long ago. Liang Yu, are you fucking crazy? Gao Tianyao had just been beaten up by Lu Jia, and now he was being chased and beaten by Liang Yu. He thought his stage 4 inner chi was the best among his peers, but today he realized how much of a scumbag he was. Young Master Liang, we have no enmity between us, so why did you attack me? Did you make a mistake? Luo Bin's family researched and developed advanced technology. He looked down on people who practiced ancient martial arts the most. What use was it to be strong in cultivation? 1 bullet could kill you. Of course, that was because Luo Bin had never seen a real ancient martial arts expert. As for the remaining 3 rich young masters, they did not even have the chance to beg for mercy before Liang Yu knocked them out with 3 slaps. Luo Bin, who had always looked down on ancient martial arts, did not last long. He was kicked to the ceiling by Liang Yu and hung from the chandelier in the middle of the hall. The chandelier swayed, and Luo Bin looked like he was going to fall at any moment. Many women screamed in fear. Liang Yu, don't go too far. Do you know what you're doing? Only Gao Tianyao was left. Liang Yu chased Gao Tianyao all over the house. He had completely lost face today. Gao Tianyao was angry and aggrieved. He did not know how he had offended Liang Yu. Usually, the two of them would exchange pleasantries when they met, and they even went for a foot bath together once. How could this person turn hostile just like that? Gao Tianyao was aggrieved, but Liang Yu was even more aggrieved. Liang Yu's heart was bleeding as he watched the rich young masters being knocked unconscious and sent flying. If Green Wolf had not forced him to this point, Liang Yu would not have done such a thing unless his brain was jammed in the door. Liang Yu could already imagine that after this gathering of the rich and powerful, the Liang family would be attacked by the other big families. Liang Yu's hopes of competing for the position of the Liang family's young master would be completely shattered. P.S. Happy birthday to myself. Happy birthday to all of you who have never met each other but have birthdays today. Chapter 629. The entire first-floor hall fell into a dead silence. Only Gao Tianyao's painful cries and screams could be heard. The disciples of the major family stared at the scene with their mouths agape. Some of them even pinched their thighs. The sharp pain told them that it wasn't a dream. Everything was real. Was it really fucking real? Liang Yu is crazy. This was the thought that flashed through everyone's mind at the same time. Aside from this explanation, no one could find any other reasonable explanation. Even if everyone racked their brains in hopes of showing off more of themselves in this kind of gathering of wealthy families, just like how Qin Shao had become the center of attention, no one would use such an extreme method as Liang Yu. Everyone please search for the most complete version. The fastest update: Liang Yu was indeed the center of attention tonight, but the Liang family was not far from being blacklisted. Bang! While everyone was stunned for a few seconds, Liang Yu had already caught up to Gao Tianyao. With a flying kick, he sent Gao Tianyao hanging on another chandelier on the roof. Gao Tianyao was a stage 4 inner chi martial artist after all, so he did not faint after flying up. However, when he saw his embarrassing appearance, he closed his eyes and pretended to faint. Phew! Everyone took a deep breath and tensed up at the same time. Would Liang Yu come to deal with them after he dealt with Gao Tianyao and his gang? What wouldn't he do when he was crazy? Liang Yu didn't continue his madness. After he knocked out Gao Tianyao and his gang, Liang Yu appeared beside Lu Jie in a flash as if he had been freed. Lu Jie's expression turned cold. He quickly pulled Qin Feng behind him and glared at Liang Yu like a tiger watching its prey. He thought Liang Yu was here to cause trouble. Are you satisfied, young Master Lu? Liang Yu asked respectfully before Lu Jie could speak. Lu Jie was dumbfounded. What do you mean satisfied? What am I satisfied about? What do you mean? Get out of my sight if you don't have anything to say. Don't think I'm afraid of you just because you're a stage 4 inner chi martial artist. Let me tell you, I'm also a stage 4 inner chi martial artist. Lu Jie was not afraid of stirring up trouble since he had fought Gao Tianyao tonight. Lu Jie growled. Inner chi surged out of his body. Obviously, he had reached the peak of stage 4 inner chi. Sensing that Lu Jie's inner chi was not inferior to his, the corners of Liang Yu's mouth twitched, and he almost fainted from anger. You can beat Gao Tianyao and the others. Why are you pretending to be a sick cat? Why would he call Green Wolf over such a trivial matter? Did you eat too much? Liang Yu gritted his teeth in anger, but when he remembered that Lu Jia was Green Wolf's underling, he didn't dare to vent his anger. He had to force a smile on his face to please Lu Jia. Since young Master Lu is satisfied, I'll take my leave. Whoosh! Bang! After receiving Lu Jia's approval, Liang Yu turned around to leave. He had beaten someone up in the Soaring Cloud Manor, so if he didn't leave now, he wouldn't be able to. However, just as Liang Yu moved, a gust of wind assaulted him. Liang Yu's body instantly turned into a kite with a broken string. He flew straight into the marble wall, causing fine cracks to appear on the hard marble. From the moment Liang Yu was about to escape to crashing into the wall and sliding to the ground, it only took the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, everyone was surprised to see a man in black standing next to Lu Jia. The man was in his early 40s. He had short hair, was tall, and his muscles looked like they were going to burst out of his skin. He stood there quietly. He didn't look angry, but he exuded an imposing aura. His black eyes emitted a terrifying light. Uncle Hu. Someone in the crowd couldn't help but cry out in surprise. It seemed like this person's status was definitely not low. Hearing the two words, Uncle Hu, the expressions of the other rich young masters and young mistresses changed. Most of them were shocked and panicked. Anyone who frequented the Soaring Cloud Manor must have heard of the names of these two people, Uncle Hu and Lord Long. Lord Long was too mysterious. Almost no one had seen him in person. However, Uncle Hu guarded the Soaring Cloud Manor every day. As long as there was a fight or a disturbance, he would appear. He was the head butler of the Soaring Cloud Manor, and he was also known as the Soaring Cloud Manor's #1 hotshot. Who dares to make trouble in the Soaring Cloud Manor? Which family's bastard is this? Uncle Hu's voice was deep and carried an invisible majesty. Just the aura of his voice alone was enough to make many people gasp for breath. Reply Uncle Hu, this is the young master of the Liang family, a young master with a higher status in the crowd replied in a trembling voice. Uncle Hu frowned slightly and snorted coldly. Humph. You shitty young masters don't know the rules at all. You only know how to flirt with girls and squander money all day long. Look at your bodies. All of you are so weak that you can't even stand a gust of wind. I heard that the eldest grandson of the Liang family is one of the stronger ones in your generation, but he fainted before even withstanding one punch from me. He can't even withstand a single blow from me. How powerful was the Soaring Cloud Manor? It was obvious from Uncle Hu's words that something was fishy. Uncle Hu didn't even ask about Liang Yu's identity and knocked him out with one punch. He even insulted these rich young masters to the point that they were worthless. Not everyone had this kind of arrogance. Uncle Hu, what should we do with that kid? Another two men came to Uncle Hu's side. Judging from their attire, they should be the patrolling security guards of the Soaring Cloud Manor. Uncle Hu glared at the two of them and said indifferently, just throw him out since he's crippled of his inner force. Also, do you guys have any sense of propriety? Come to me and ask for forgiveness after work tonight. Yes, Uncle Hu. The two security guards were stage 4 inner chi experts, but they trembled like mice in front of a cat in front of Uncle Hu. After receiving Uncle Hu's order, the two of them quickly walked to Liang Yu's side. One of them lifted Liang Yu while the other reached out and slapped Liang Yu's dantian. They were ready to cripple Liang Yu's inner force. It was rare to see a stage 4 inner chi in his 20s, even in the martial arts world outside of China. Seeing that Liang Yu's inner force was about to be crippled, everyone's eyes were filled with complicated emotions. Wait, Liang Shuiping of the Liang family is here to visit. Please show mercy, Head Tiger. The security guard, who was about to cripple Liang Yu's inner force, stopped. It wasn't because of Liang Shuiping's words, but because a man in a white exercise suit had appeared beside Liang Yu and pushed the stage for inner chi guard more than 10 meters away with a light palm strike. Everyone exclaimed in their hearts and looked toward the entrance of the Soaring Cloud Manor. Liang Shuiping, who was dressed in a green tang suit, was walking quickly toward them with a cold expression. "Head Tiger, my son is still young and doesn't understand etiquette. If he offended you in any way, please forgive him." Liang Shuiping had already reached Uncle Hu's side, but Uncle Hu didn't even look at Liang Yu. He stared coldly at the man in white who was supporting Liang Yu. Uncle Hu didn't say anything, but his eyes emitted a sharp, cold light. His aura rose a lot, and Liang Shuiping felt a little oppressed standing next to him. This brat caused trouble in the Soaring Cloud Manor and injured 5 people. How are we going to settle this? Uncle Hu was silent for a moment before he suddenly opened his mouth. His voice was so deep that it was about to freeze. "This is my son's fault. After this, I will go to each of the family masters to apologize to them. I will also come to the Soaring Cloud Manor to apologize to Master Long. I hope Head Tiger will give me some face and forgive my son this time." Nowadays, Chinese ancient martial arts are declining. As a senior, shouldn't you cherish these martial arts geniuses? Liang Shuiping glanced at Lu Jia, who was behind Head Tiger. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. If it wasn't for Lu Jia, would Green Wolf have called? If it wasn't for Green Wolf, Liang Shuiping wouldn't have allowed his son to cause trouble. Liang Shuiping had already guessed that his son wouldn't be able to leave after causing trouble, so he hurried over with the Liang family's #1 bodyguard. Humph. This kind of trash is considered a martial arts genius from the younger generation. Then Chinese ancient martial arts are really going to decline. Uncle Hu snorted coldly, but he didn't say whether he agreed or not. The atmosphere suddenly turned cold. The rich young masters and daughters didn't dare to speak carelessly. Liang Shuiping also shut his mouth. Everyone was waiting for Uncle Hu to make the final decision. Uncle Hu glanced at the man in white in the corner and said reluctantly, "Take your idiot and get lost. Don't let me see him in the Soaring Cloud Manor again." Liang Shuiping was the eldest brother of the Liang family. He was furious that Uncle Hu told him to get lost in front of so many rich young masters, but he didn't explode. "Let's go, Protector Yun." Liang Yu turned around and left, but Protector Yun didn't hurry to leave. He waited until Liang Shuiping walked out of the Soaring Cloud Manor's main entrance before carrying Liang Yu with one hand. In a few breaths' time, his figure disappeared from the hall. Phew! Everyone heaved a sigh of relief as they watched the Liang family members leave. Uncle Hu and Guardian Yun of the Liang family had given them too much pressure. No one could see through Guardian Yun's true strength, but Qin Feng and Uncle Hu knew that he was a stage 7 inner chi expert. Take care of the aftermath. If something like this happens again tonight, I won't forgive you. Uncle Hu was also holding back his anger. He yelled at the 2 security guards. The security guards were so scared that they trembled and hurriedly got to work. The farce was finally over. Uncle Hu went up to the 3rd floor, and a few security guards ran out to check on Gao Tianyao and the others' injuries. Qin Feng and Lu Jia returned to their original seats and sat down. What the fuck? That scared me to death. Who are these people? Why are they so scary? Lu Jia yelled as soon as he sat down. He was standing next to Uncle Hu, so he thought Uncle Hu was there to slap him. In the end, Uncle Hu sent Liang Yu flying with a punch. Lu Jia's face was still pale. Professor Chao Feng, aren't you afraid? Lu Jia looked at the calm Qin Feng, who seemed to be thinking about something. Lu Jia began to admire Qin Feng. I didn't cause any trouble. What's there to be afraid of? Qin Feng spoke confidently, but he was the one who stirred up all the trouble tonight. Lu Jia didn't quite agree with Qin Feng's words. He felt that in this society, if you didn't cause trouble, others wouldn't cause trouble for you. Lu Jia usually didn't cause trouble, but there were plenty of people who caused trouble for him. For example, when he arrived at the lobby tonight, he was surrounded and bombarded by 5 young masters. Lu Jia was so scared that he broke out in a sweat. He fanned himself with his chubby hands and muttered, "Professor Chao Feng, I think that Liang Yu is really crazy. I'm not familiar with him at all, and we've barely spoken, but he suddenly appeared next to me and asked if I was satisfied. If this person isn't crazy, then what is? I think he's epileptic." Liang Yu helped Lu Jia vent his anger tonight, and now Lu Jia called him epileptic. Qin Feng couldn't help but laugh. Ding! The hedonist sovereign system has issued a quest: intimidate the capitals for young masters and suppress their limelight. Quest time limit, 1 day. If the quest is successfully completed, the system will reward you 10,000 hedonist points, 500 G of purple star sand, and a foot of black luo wood. If the quest is failed, 20,000 hedonist points will be deducted, and the Galaxy Flying Swords interface will be sealed. The system's cold voice suddenly rang in Qin Feng's mind. This quest really shocked Qin Feng. The quest time limit was only 1 day, and that was to suppress the capitals for young masters at tonight's gathering. If Qin Feng hadn't met Uncle Hu, he might have thought that the quest was ordinary. However, after meeting Uncle Hu, Qin Feng wasn't confident. Uncle Hu seemed to be an expert who cultivated external techniques, and Qin Feng couldn't see through his strength. If Qin Feng slapped the capitals for young masters in the face tonight, he would be challenging Uncle Hu's authority. Qin Feng might be able to defeat Uncle Hu if he was in a remote place with no one around. However, in the soaring cloud mansion, Qin Feng could only use the identity of Chao Feng. He couldn't use the sky-splitting axe, 9 swords beyond the swords, or other spiritual weapons and cultivation methods. Otherwise, his identity would be exposed. Moreover, the reward for this quest was too cruel. It directly sealed the Galaxy Flying Swords interface, which Qin Feng spent 100,000 hedonist points to unlock. Chapter 630. The capital's 4 young masters are here. While Qin Feng was having a headache over the new mission, an exclamation came from the crowd. It was filled with a strong air of pretentiousness. "Fuck, the 4 young masters of pretentiousness are here. I'll go greet them now, then we'll leave." When Lu Jia saw the capital's 4 young masters enter, he rushed forward like the others. The scene was like a fan meet and greet. Qin Feng continued to sit in the corner, and his gaze swept across the 4 young masters. Lu Shu and Yang Kan were 2 of the 4 young masters. The fat Lu Shu was still wearing the well-tailored burgundy suit he wore at the coffee shop in the afternoon. Yang Kan had changed his white suit and was now wearing a purple suit. His entire person looked demonic. Beside Lu Shu and Yang Kan were the other 2 young masters. Qin Feng recognized one of them. It was Sima Xiang, who he met at the blacksmith's shop in martial artist town. It was said that after Sima Tu died, the Sima family had trained a new martial artist, and that was Sima Xiang. The man on the far left was wearing a pink suit. He looked as fresh and delicate as a young boy. He had a youthful and gentle aura. It was Qin Feng's first time seeing him. However, Lu Jia had told Qin Feng about the capital's 4 young masters. This young man in the pink suit was the eldest son of the Dongfang family, Dongfang Haoran. Of course, he was also the younger brother of Qin Feng's fiancée, Dongfang Qing Shui. Logically speaking, Dongfang Haoran should call Qin Feng brother-in-law. While Qin Feng was sizing up the 4 young masters, the wealthy young masters and heiresses in the hall had already surrounded the capital's 4 young masters and were scrambling to flatter the 4 young masters. Lu Jia also squeezed into the crowd and wanted to rush forward. However, he was met with cold stares from the people around him. Who asked him to be so fat? It was fine that he couldn't squeeze in, but he also blocked the way of others. Young Master Lu, you are becoming more and more elegant. Do you have time tonight? Treat me to a drink. Young Master Yang, you look so handsome in your purple suit tonight. You're even more handsome than the male lead in the popular TV series Hoi Shoots the Sun. Oh, no, descendants of the sun, young Master Yu, your hairstyle today matches your shoes so well. Young Master Haoran, you are the most charming when you smile. Oh. Help me up, I'm going to faint. Those who rushed to the front were almost all women. When they saw the 4 young masters of the capital, these women had already gone crazy. They were used to throwing themselves at them. Some scheming female stars deliberately pulled down their skirts. They were originally low-cut, but now they had become a group of half-breasts. The 4 young masters of the capital stood motionlessly at the door. Behind them were 2 security guards from Soaring Cloud Manor. Lu Shu, Yang Kan, and Sima Xiang all had arrogant expressions on their faces. They were posing in different cool PSS poses, clearly enjoying the feeling of being praised by everyone. Dongfang Haoran stood at the very edge. His star-like black eyes were cold and indifferent. In the face of these rich young masters and rich young ladies, he didn't seem to be very interested. After standing at the door for a moment, Lu Shu and Yang Kan exchanged glances. Both of them nodded. Invisible inner chi burst out from the body of the security guard behind them. The crowd that was crowding over immediately felt the pressure and took the initiative to make way for them. Wherever the 4 young masters of the capital went, there would be a burst of crazy screams. The effect was the same as the audience for I Am a Singer. Qin Feng wondered if there were paid actors mixed in with the crowd. The 4 young masters of the capital arrived at the center of the hall. Everyone formed a large circle around the 4 young masters and greeted them. Even Qin Feng couldn't stand it anymore. Teacher Chao Feng, let's go. Qin Feng was thinking about how to suppress the 4 young masters of the capital and complete the system's quest. Lu Jia had already run back. Looking at his sweaty face, he had probably squeezed into the crowd and greeted the 4 young masters of the capital. Are you done greeting them? Qin Feng didn't have any intention of leaving. He sat on a chair and leisurely drank his coffee. I just finished. People these days are too snobbish. You don't know how shameless those noble ladies and celebrities are in order to curry favor with those 4 young masters. They're so disgusting that they can't wait to strip naked and throw themselves at them. Lu Jia complained for a while, then picked up the cup of tea on the table and gulped it down. Gulp, gulp, gulp. After drinking, Lu Jia continued to complain, what kind of taste do these young models have? Why doesn't anyone try to curry favor with me? Sigh. They're all blind. Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. Teacher Chao Feng, do you want to go and greet them? Those women are crazy. You might be able to take advantage of them. But don't get your hopes up, Teacher Chao Feng. Those young models and celebrities don't even like me, so they definitely won't like you. Qin Feng didn't know where Lu Jia got his confidence from. He suddenly agreed with Gao Tianyao and the others to attack Lu Jia. Teacher Chao Feng, if you're not going to greet them, then let's go. After Lu Jia finished his tea, he drank Qin Feng's coffee without asking for Qin Feng's permission. Qin Feng almost kicked the fatty out of the room. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? It's good to sit and look at the beauties. Qin Feng didn't finish his mission, so he naturally wouldn't leave. Lu Jia squeezed into the crowd and greeted them as if he had participated in a war. He panted and sat down. Teacher Chao Feng, there are beauties everywhere, but we only have one life. If we don't leave, they'll take revenge on us. Lu Jie's small eyes narrowed into slits, and he looked around the hall with a vigilant expression. Revenge my ass. Gao Tianyao and the others were knocked out by Liang Yu, and they've all been sent home. Who's going to take revenge on you? Qin Feng felt ashamed to have such a cowardly follower. Lu Jia had a look of sudden realization. He was so excited that the fat on his face trembled. Ha! Oh right, how could I forget about this? Teacher Qiao Feng, I'm suddenly grateful to that Liang Yu. He's not epileptic, he's Lei Feng. Lu Jia's silly chinibute started acting up again, and Qin Feng ignored him. When he realized that Gao Tianyao and the other rich heirs had been sent away, Lu Jia's vigilant expression relaxed. He ran to the dining car and grabbed a dozen plates of delicacies. He wolfed them down as if he had just escaped from a refugee camp. The hall was still bustling with activity. The rich heirs and daughters surrounded the four young masters. No one left, and more people gathered. Oh my God! Miss Dongfang Qing Shui is here. Am I seeing things? A sudden exclamation came from the lively crowd. Everyone was shocked, and they all stopped what they were doing and looked toward the entrance. Even the four young masters of the capital had a drastic change in expression. Their mouths were wide open, and they couldn't close them. Soaring Cloud Mansion's main entrance. A fresh and beautiful figure slowly walked in. The woman was tall and graceful, and she wore a pink qipao. Her breasts were soft and supple, and she had long legs and a willowy waist. Her face was covered by a white veil, and she had a fresh and refined temperament. She was like a fairy that had descended from the heavens. The face under the white veil was like a shadow, and it was as hazy as the moon, captivating. The four young masters of the capital forgot to drink the red wine they raised to their lips. The young model's body trembled, and she seemed ashamed of herself in front of Dongfang Qing Shui's beauty and refined temperament. The rich heirs' hearts were about to jump out of their throats. Lu Jie's saliva hung by the side of his mouth, and Qin Feng's eyes were shining. How could the word beautiful be enough to describe her? She was like a fairy that had descended from the heavens, fresh and clean. Miss Qing Shui. It really is Miss Qing Shui. I'm not dreaming, am I? I can't believe I'm seeing Miss Qing Shui in person. I've been in the capital for more than 20 years, and this is the first time I've seen her. It's said that Qing Shui is the freshest of the four fairies of the capital. I can almost smell the soil after a rain. Dongfang Qing Shui's arrival caused the entire hall to explode. She was only one person, but she was more popular than the four young masters of the capital. Even the four young masters of the capital took the initiative to greet Dongfang Qing Shui. Older sister, why are you here? Dongfang Hao Ran walked next to Dongfang Qing Shui and looked curiously at his older sister. Dongfang Hao Ran's older sister had a cold and arrogant personality. She had never participated in this kind of gathering in the past 25 years, so why did she suddenly come today? The other three young masters didn't dare to be like Dongfang Hao Ran and directly stood next to Dongfang Qing Shui. The three of them all stood half a meter away from Dongfang Qing Shui. As for the other young masters and daughters, they all stood behind the three young masters, anxiously and curiously looking at Dongfang Qing Shui. Dongfang Qing Shui nodded at her younger brother, but she didn't say anything. Her pair of starry eyes swept over the crowd. Suddenly, Dongfang Qing Shui raised her jade hand and slowly took off the snow-white veil on her face. An almost perfect face that made people's blood vessels swell appeared. The silent hall was filled with the sound of saliva being swallowed. Through the veil, one could forget the hazy beauty of the moon. Through the veil, one could see that the person was even more beautiful than the moon. Older sister, you. Dongfang Hao Ren jumped in fright and reached out to put Dongfang Qingshue's veil back on. Dongfang Qingshue slightly raised her hand to interrupt her younger brother and said, "It's fine. I came today, so I know what I'm doing." Whoosh! Seeing Dongfang Qingshue take off her veil and quietly stand in front of them, everyone's heart began to beat faster. Especially those rich young masters. Their hearts were filled with excitement and they wanted to shout 3 times. Everyone in the capital celebrity circle knew that there were 4 fairies in the capital. Each one was as beautiful as a goddess and Dongfang Qingshue was one of them. Dongfang Qingshue almost never appeared in public. Even if she did, she would wear a veil. This was because the Dongfang family's patriarch once said that the day his granddaughter took off her veil, it meant that his granddaughter had found a good family and was preparing to get married. Today, more than half of the capital's rich young masters saw Dongfang Qingshue take off her veil. Could it be that she had found her ideal husband? Or was she preparing to find a man at tonight's gathering to get married? Teacher Qiao Feng, stop looking. Do you know who that person is? She's one of the capital's 4 fairies, Dongfang Qingshue. Her grandfather is China's red dragon, Dongfang Mingwang. I'm just a young master from a small family. I don't even have the qualifications to carry her shoes. Teacher Qiao Feng is just a normal teacher, he's not even qualified to be her fan. Lu Jia shook his head and sighed while stealing glances at Dongfang Qingshue from time to time. Qin Feng kicked Lu Jia under the table and said, "Shut up." Lu Jia's little elephant leg was almost broken from the kick. He grimaced in pain. "Teacher Qiao Feng, how could you hit someone? Don't dislike what I said just now, I was trying to save you. Your identity and Miss Dongfang Qingshue's are 2 parallel lines, there's no way they'll intersect. If you really fall in love with Dongfang Qingshue, you'll only bring trouble to yourself." Qin Feng kicked Lu Jia again. He was so angry that his face darkened. "Who told you I'm going to chase that girl? Are you looking for trouble? P.S. Brothers who still have monthly votes, please vote for young Master Du. Thanks." Chapter 631. Dongfang Qingshue's voice was pleasant, but it carried a trace of indifference. Even so, it didn't stop the capital's young masters from fanatically liking her. "Everyone, Qingshue's sudden visit may have spoiled everyone's mood, so I'll take up a bit of your time. I'll take advantage of tonight's gathering to announce something." Dongfang Qingshue stood in front of the door. The corner of her pink qipao fluttered in the wind, and her fine black hair also fluttered. She was picturesque, as if her body was blooming with the radiance of an angel. Everyone held their breaths. How could their mood be spoiled by Dongfang Qingshue's arrival? At this moment, their interest exploded. Although the surroundings were silent, the hearts of these young masters were off the charts. Fortunately, they were all young and strong. Otherwise, they would have had a heart attack. Everyone welcomed Dongfang Qingshue, they were even infatuated with this fairy-like beauty. However, Dongfang Qingshue's family background was too high. Even the rich and powerful disciples of the capital had to look up to Dongfang Qingshue. Therefore, they didn't dare to swarm her and cheer like the capital's 4 young masters. Everyone maintained a certain distance from Dongfang Qingshue, including the capital's 3 young masters. This was because everyone knew Dongfang Qingshue had a cold personality and didn't like crowds. They were afraid of angering Dongfang Qingshue. Dongfang Qingshue's voice was as ethereal as water. Halfway through, she suddenly stopped. A strange light flashed through her starry eyes. She seemed to be hesitating about something. She was indeed conflicted. She didn't know if tonight's decision was right or wrong. Dongfang Qingshue came to the soaring cloud manor because she was angry at one person. And the man who made Dongfang Qingxue angry was her fiancé, Qin Feng. 4 months ago, Dongfang Qingxue's grandfather called her back from America and forced a marriage upon her. Although Dongfang Qingxue strongly opposed the marriage, her grandfather, who had always loved her, didn't back down this time. Dongfang Qingxue could only think of a way to cancel the marriage. Rao Shiman even went to Acropolis City to help her expose Qin Feng's true colors. In the end, Rao Shiman failed and her heart was captured by Qin Feng. Dongfang Qingxue started to slowly accept reality and this engagement. However, what made her angry was that Qin Feng didn't look for her at all. Let alone visit, he didn't even call Dongfang Qingxue. Dongfang Qingxue was hailed as one of the 4 fairies in Kyoto. Her suitors lined up from the South Pole to the North Pole. In the end, Qin Feng didn't care about her at all. This was a huge blow to the proud and cold Dongfang Qingxue. This was the first time in her life that she was given the cold shoulder. Filled with anger and grievance, Dongfang Qingxue didn't want to continue waiting. She appeared at the Soaring Cloud Manor, and tonight, she was going to announce that her fiancé was Qin Feng in front of all the rich young masters in the capital. This way, Qin Feng would instantly gain dozens of powerful enemies. This was the result of ignoring her, Dongfang Qingxue. A hint of hesitation flashed across Dongfang Qingxue's eyes. With a determined expression, she continued, I came here tonight to announce to everyone that my grandfather, Dongfang Mingwang, has already, before Dongfang Qingxue could finish, a pig-like squeal came from the corner. Everyone's attention was drawn to it. Lu Jia endlessly tried to persuade Qin Feng not to be infatuated with Dongfang Qingxue. In a fit of anger, Qin Feng kicked him off his chair. Lu Jia's fat body was like a giant meatball. He rolled a few times on the black marble floor before coming to a stop. As soon as he came to a stop, Lu Jia stood up. He angrily glared at Qin Feng and yelled, Teacher Qiao Feng, why won't you listen? How many times have I explained to you? Dongfang Qingxue isn't suitable for you. She's the daughter of the Dongfang family. She has a very high status. It's definitely not a good thing for you to be infatuated with her. Lu Jia didn't notice the 100 or so pairs of eyes staring at him, trying to persuade Qin Feng with earnest and well-meaning expressions. The hall was very quiet, and Lu Jia's voice was very loud and clear. Every word he said fell into everyone's ears. The rich young master's eyes turned red. The rich young mistress's lips curled into a playful smile. The 4 young masters of the capital gritted their teeth and swallowed them into their stomachs. Dongfang Qingxue's expression was ice-cold. She indifferently looked at Qin Feng who was sitting in the corner. Qin Feng once again became the focus of the night. Everyone was staring at him. Lu Jia's back was facing the crowd. He still didn't know what was going on. He was still trying to persuade Qin Feng. Qin Feng's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot. He had the urge to burn Lu Jia to death with a fireball. Damn fatty, go and get me a cup of coffee. Lu Shu shouted at Lu Jia with an ominous glint in his eyes as he regained his senses. Lu Jia's voice stopped abruptly. He was so scared that his fat body started to tremble. He slowly turned around with a head full of cold sweat. When he saw the scene behind him, he almost fainted. Damn fatty, are you deaf? I told you to get me a cup of coffee. Lu Shu shouted again. His voice was even colder than before. Everyone present was a descendant of the rich and powerful families in the capital. Even if they had different social statuses, calling Lu Jia damn fatty in front of everyone and ordering Lu Jia to get him a cup of coffee was a clear insult to Lu Jia. Lu Jia regained his senses. He lowered his head and didn't dare to look at Lu Shu. However, he couldn't help but clench his fists. After a moment of hesitation, Lu Jia walked toward the coffee machine. Damn fatty. Who did you call fatty just now? Were you talking about yourself? Before Lu Jia could reach the coffee machine, Qin Feng suddenly stood up. He looked at Lu Shu with a calm smile on his face. Rumble. The hall immediately burst into an uproar. Everyone looked as if they had been struck by lightning, and cries of alarm rang out. Qin Feng had ignored Gao Tianyao and the other rich young masters and demanded Gao Tianyao to apologize to Lu Jia. Now, he stood up and called Lu Shu damn fatty. Did he really have a death wish? Who the hell was he? Being fat was Willow Tree's reverse scale. Even the other three young masters wouldn't easily make fun of Willow Tree about this matter. Few people dared to call Willow Tree fat in front of his face, let alone to call him a damn fatty. But today, Willow Tree had been called fat 3 times, twice in the coffee shop, and once in the Soaring Cloud Mansion. Damn it. So it's you. I've been looking for you. Lu Shu recognized Qin Feng immediately. The person who called him fat in the coffee shop was Qin Feng. Lu Shu had been annoyed by Qin Feng for a long time. With a ferocious expression, he swung his fist at Qin Feng. Get lost. Lu Shu was a stage 3 inner chi martial artist. His punch contained more than 100 kilograms of force, and it created a gust of wind. Lu Shu wasn't afraid of Qin Feng because Qin Feng didn't attack him at the coffee shop. In Lu Shu's eyes, Qin Feng was just an ordinary person. Bang! A muffled sound spread out. Lu Shu clutched his fist and retreated 5 steps. He grimaced in pain. A tall and sturdy mountain appeared in front of Qin Feng. Lu Jia was scared out of his wits after defeating Lu Shu with 1 punch. He had offended too many young masters today. He could already imagine being hung upside down on a tree and whipped by the old man for a month when he returned home. Although Lu Jia was a coward, he was forced by the circumstances. Now that the fight was over, Lu Jia's expression changed drastically. He glared at Lu Shu and yelled, "Damn fatty, you're too weak. You're not even a match for me." Lu Jia never called himself young master before because he felt that his life was worse than a poor family's. Today was the first time he called himself young master, and it was in front of Lu Shu, one of the 4 young masters of the capital. Lu Shu was no match for Lu Jia. After a head-on collision, the blood and qi in his body surged. He was so angry that his eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets, but he couldn't open his mouth to curse. He was afraid that he would spit out a mouthful of blood if he opened his mouth. "Are you all right, young Master Lu?" "Damn it. Lu Jia is crazy. How dare he attack young Master Lu? Who the hell is that ordinary-looking man? Lu Jia is such a coward, but he attacked several times for him. He must be a hidden big shot." The entire hall was boiling with excitement because of Lu Jia's punch. Tonight's gathering of the rich and powerful was too exciting. Yang Kan and Sima Xiang came to Lu Shu's side and supported him. Dongfang Haoran was still standing next to his sister. His eyes kept switching between Lu Jia and Qin Feng. Dongfang Qingshua's starry eyes flashed with a strange light. No one knew what she was thinking. "It's you, damn fatty. I remember you. You were the one who caused trouble at the smithy, right?" Sima Xiang's gaze fell on Lu Jia. His eyes suddenly turned cold. Hearing the words "damn fatty," Lu Shu couldn't take it anymore. He spat out a mouthful of blood. Even though he was lying down, he still got shot. Lu Jia also recognized Sima Xiang. When he went to the smithy with Qin Feng in Martial Artist Town, the waiter wanted to kick Lu Jia out because he couldn't afford to buy anything. After that, Qin Feng beat up the waiter, and Sima Xiang came out to fight with Qin Feng. Lu Jia had offended too many people tonight. After recognizing Sima Xiang, Lu Jia's heart trembled again. This is a member of the Sima family. Do you want me to live? I'm sorry, but you must have mistaken me for someone else. I don't even know you, and I've never been to any smithy. Take a good look and see if that damn fatty next to you has offended you. Lu Jia said with a deadpan expression. He had learned these skills of acting stupid and shameless from Qin Feng. Lu Shu spat out a mouthful of blood. When he recovered, he almost spat out another mouthful of blood. After hearing Lu Jia's voice, Sima Xiang was sure that this person was one of the troublemakers. Humph. You damn fatty. How dare you cause trouble at my Sima family smithy? Now, you even injured brother Lu Shu. You're courting death. Sima Xiang dashed toward Lu Jia like an arrow. Lu Jia's expression changed drastically as he felt the aura of death rapidly approaching him. Sima Xiang was still a stage 4 inner chi expert when he was in martial artist town. In just a short month, he had already broken through to stage 5 inner chi. It was obvious that Lu Jia was no match for him. Pfft. Sima Xiang's expression changed drastically. He was confident that he could cut open Lu Jia's belly, but he didn't expect that he would hit nothing but air. Everyone's gazes fell on Sima Xiang's hands, because there was a pair of short blades flickering with blue light in his hands. The two blades emitted a faint blue light, like mist or air, and it was still flowing slowly. It was very strange and creepy. Teacher Chao Feng. Lu Jia turned around and looked at Chao Feng. He was dumbfounded. If Qin Feng hadn't pulled Lu Jia out of the way, Lu Jia would have been cut open. However, Lu Jia had been with Chao Feng for so long, yet he didn't realize that Chao Feng's teacher was also a martial artist. Moreover, he was a powerful martial artist. TSK. If I'm not mistaken, this should be the Sima family's heirloom, the matchless azure wing dagger. What a pity. Qin Feng knew that Lu Jia was no match for Sima Xiang. He waved his hand, and Lu Jia's body uncontrollably retreated behind Qin Feng. Sima Xiang looked at Qin Feng, who was walking toward him with a calm expression. He suddenly became nervous. Qin Feng didn't emit any inner chi, but it gave Sima Xiang a bad premonition. Who are you? Why do you say it's a pity? Sima Xiang didn't dare to attack Qin Feng directly. He wanted to find out more about Qin Feng. What a pity. What's the difference between a piece of trash like you and a piece of scrap metal? Qin Feng said with a faint smile. Chapter 632. Damn fatty. Trash. Scrap metal. Qin Feng's words refreshed the horizons of these rich family disciples. They had never seen someone as arrogant as Qin Feng in their lives. Please search online to see the most complete list. The newest version. For more recent chapters, please visit. Especially since Qin Feng was so arrogant at the age of 20. If he was allowed to continue to develop, China would not be able to contain him. Sima Xiang gnashed his teeth in anger. When had he ever been called trash to his face? Moreover, no one dared to say that the Sima family's family treasure, the peerless azure wing blades, was trash. However, Sima Xiang still didn't make a move. He really couldn't figure out Qin Feng's strength. There was no internal chi fluctuation coming from this man. He looked just like an ordinary person, but how could he help Lu Jia dodge that lightning strike so easily? Why was he so calm and collected? Sima Xiang did not recognize Chao Feng. He had no enmity with Chao Feng, so he was not completely enraged by Chao Feng. Everyone here was a rich family disciple. Why didn't the others stand out to confront Qin Feng? Lu Shu was called a dead fat pig, so why didn't he come out to teach Qin Feng a lesson? Everyone was not stupid and had their own concerns. Sima Xiang was one of them, so he naturally did not want to be the first to stand out. Qiao Feng, right? Who are you? Why are you here? Yang Kan stood out and glared at Qin Feng. After Yang Kan found out that the normal-looking man in front of him was Qiao Feng, his heart was filled with anger. Today at the coffee shop, it was this brat who stepped on him. Are you an idiot? Since you call me Qiao Feng, then I am naturally Qiao Feng. As for why I'm here. Of course, I'm here to act cool and pick up girls, just like you guys. Qin Feng looked at Yang Kan with disdain. He opened his mouth and made Yang Kan's chest heave up and down. He almost choked to death. Everyone was shocked. Up until now, Qin Feng had already cursed the third of the 4 young masters of the capital. As for Dongfang Haoren, he had not been cursed because he had not spoken to Qin Feng. Everyone believed that if Dongfang Haoren looked for trouble with Qiao Feng would definitely scold him. Once again, a strong curiosity arose in everyone's hearts. Who exactly was this Qiao Feng? The empty hall fell into a deathly silence. None of the 4 young masters of the capital spoke a word. The third young master fiercely glared at Qin Feng. He looked like he wanted to eat Qin Feng alive. The young masters and heiresses kept their mouths shut. Even the capital's 4 young masters didn't do anything, so how could they dare to blindly interfere? The atmosphere that had been silent for a long time was broken by the willow tree. He seemed to have recovered, and his pale face regained some color. Brat, do you dare to have a match with me? Qin Feng looked at the willow tree playfully. How do you want to compete? Let's compete in boxing. As soon as the willow tree finished speaking, Yang Kan and Sima Xiang looked at him in surprise. Both of them felt that Qin Feng was a little strange, so they didn't dare to attack him. They were waiting for the people from the Soaring Cloud Mansion to show up. However, after waiting for a long time, Uncle Hu and the internal security guards didn't move at all. It was as if they couldn't see the farce here. Now that the willow tree suddenly proposed this kind of match, Yang Kan and Sima Xiang were a little worried. Are you sure you want to compete like this? Qin Feng was also a little surprised. Although he was wearing the sacred azure battle armor that suppressed his inner qi, he looked like an ordinary person from the outside. However, in order to save Lu Jie, Qin Feng showed some of his skills. Even Sima Xiang and Yang Kan notice some clues, so how could the willow tree not see it? Of course. Do you dare to accept the challenge or not? The willow tree asked arrogantly. Of course. Seeing that Qin Feng agreed, the willow tree had a sneaky smile on his face. He said coldly, very well, then stand there and don't move. I'll punch you first. Looking at the willow tree who had already swung his fist at him, Qin Feng finally understood the willow tree's intentions. Obviously, the willow tree suspected that Qin Feng was an ordinary person, but he was not sure. Therefore, the willow tree used the duel as an excuse, but in reality, he wanted to punch Qin Feng with all his strength. If Qin Feng was an ordinary person, the willow tree could cripple him with one punch to vent his anger. If Qin Feng was not an ordinary person, the willow tree would run away after punching Qin Feng or call the security guards of the Soaring Cloud Mansion to save him. The willow tree didn't believe that the security guards would ignore him if he called the security guards. The willow tree moved quickly. Before the others could react, his huge body had already arrived in front of Qin Feng. His fist that was as big as a sandbag fell rapidly and hit Qin Feng's chest. Bang! A muffled sound like an explosion came from Qin Feng's chest. He was hit. Yang Kan and Sima Xiang were stunned. Dongfang Haoran and Dongfang Qing Shui also had a trace of doubt in their eyes. Lu Jia, seeing teacher Qiao Feng being beaten, was so angry that he looked like he wanted to kill Lu Shu. However, Lu Jia felt a surge of energy explosively shoot out from behind teacher Qiao Feng. This surge of energy trapped Lu Jia's body, causing him to be unable to move for a few seconds at the critical moment. Roar! Everyone was disappointed when they saw the willow tree's punch. So this Qiao Feng was just acting tough. He couldn't even dodge the willow tree's punch, so he was not as powerful as Lu Jia. But soon, the others didn't think so. Qin Feng didn't move an inch when Lu Shu's punch landed on him, but the willow tree's fist made a crisp sound as if a bone was broken. Then, the whole hall reverberated with the willow tree's scream. It hurts so much. You're fucking cheating. What are you hiding in your chest? It's too fucking hard. Lu Shu screamed as he glared angrily at Qin Feng. When his fist landed on Qin Feng's chest, it felt as if he had punched a hard marble. Lu Shu wouldn't believe that Qin Feng didn't have anything hidden in his chest. Really? I didn't hide anything in my chest. Qin Feng chuckled and suddenly took off his black suit, revealing a white shirt that was as white as snow. Under the reflection of the light, one could vaguely see Qin Feng's bulging pectoral muscles. Apart from that, there was nothing else. Look carefully, there's nothing there. You are one of the 4 young masters of the provincial capital, so you can't slander me. Qin Feng took a punch from Lu Shu, but he acted as if nothing had happened. He had a leisurely expression on his face to prove himself to everyone. Lu Shu was dumbfounded. Qin Feng didn't have anything in his chest. How was that possible? Was his chest that hard? Were those pectoral muscles or rock muscles? Qin Feng was tall, straight, and had a perfect body. Many rich young ladies couldn't take their eyes off Qin Feng's chest muscles. Qin Feng's appearance was too ordinary, so he didn't attract the attention of the rich young ladies. But now, he had suddenly become a hot commodity. This man must be fierce. After staring at Qin Feng's chest muscles for a while, everyone came to their senses. Their faces were full of fear. How is that possible? He took a punch from young Master Lu and he's fine. I heard that young Master Lu is a stage 3 inner chi martial artist. That punch should be over 100 pounds. Don't tell me this guy's body was modified. Could it be that young Master Lu purposely went easy on him? But it doesn't make sense at this time. Hearing the discussions around him, Lu Shu's face turned ashen. Qin Feng, however, didn't seem to hear them. His eyes flashed with a hint of a smile. He looked at Lu Shu and said, "Young Master Lu, I really like this game of yours. You just punched me, so now it's my turn to punch you." The smile in Qin Feng's eyes fell into Lu Shu's eyes. It was like the evil smile of a demon from hell. Lu Shu seemed to realize something, so he turned around and ran. As he ran, he yelled, "Security, save me, save me. I'm the young master of the Lu family. If something happens to me, Soaring Cloud Manor won't have a good time either." The willow tree howled like a madman. It could be seen that he was truly frightened by Qin Feng. Although Lu Shu wasn't a master, he was still a stage 3 inner chi martial artist. Qin Feng didn't move an inch when he punched him. It was as if nothing had happened. Lu Shu had only seen a few people with this kind of strength. Whoosh! A gust of wind came, and a black shadow flashed. The place where Qin Feng was standing was now empty. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng's fist had already landed in front of Lu Shu's eyes. "Ah, don't hit me," a cold breath of death wrapped around Lu Shu. Lu Shu didn't have the ability to dodge. He instinctively began to beg Qin Feng for mercy. He didn't have any of the confidence and calmness that one of the 4 young masters of the capital should have. Too late. Qin Feng didn't care about Lu Shu at all. The strength of his fist suddenly increased, and its speed also increased. Even though Lu Shu tried his best to dodge, he found that Qin Feng's fist seemed to have eyes. It followed closely behind him and was getting closer and closer. Stop! Just as Qin Feng's fist was about to hit the willow tree, a black shadow suddenly flew down from the 3rd floor. The shadow's aura was like that of a ferocious tiger. His loud and clear voice reverberated throughout the entire hall. The sound of wind breaking could be heard in the air. The shadow had actually arrived behind Qin Feng. Bang! Qin Feng's fist smashed into Lu Shu's chest, and his fist met Uncle Hu's huge fist. A strong force directly shook Qin Feng and sent him flying. If Qin Feng didn't quickly use his inner qi to protect his internal organs would have been shattered. Lu Shu's body also flew out. He directly hit the marble wall and fainted. Uncle Hu retreated 3 steps. His eyes shone brightly as he looked at Qin Feng, who fell on the ground in surprise. Uncle Hu didn't chase after Qin Feng. Instead, he coldly stood where he was. His black eyes, which were mostly covered by his eyelids, flashed with a cold light. Who are you? Who's the person behind you? Qin Feng took out 2 healing pills from the system and swallowed them when no one was paying attention. After he used his inner qi, the medicine's effect quickly came into play. Qin Feng's injuries were already mostly healed. Qin Feng slowly stood up and met Uncle Hu's cold and majestic black eyes. There was no fear on his face. I'm Qiao Feng. The person behind me is a big-breasted girl, but I don't know her. If you want to hit on her, you can ask for her number, Qin Feng said seriously. Uncle Hu was obviously stunned. For a moment, he couldn't keep up with Qin Feng's stupidity. Uncle Hu asked Qin Feng who was behind him and why he was so arrogant and dared to make trouble in the soaring cloud mansion. However, Qin Feng's answer directly broke Uncle Hu's inner qi. A few seconds later, the whole hall was in an uproar again. The rich young masters and young ladies also realized that Qiao Feng was really something. He even dared to make fun of Uncle Hu. Lu Jie's mouth twitched violently. He had offended Gao Tianyao, Lu Shu, and Sima Xiang tonight, but it didn't matter anymore. After all, these people couldn't do anything to him. If worse came to worst, he could just run to Africa and live a beggar life. However, teacher Qiao Feng had offended Uncle Hu. Uncle Hu could kill a small fry like Lu Jia with one slap. Lu Jia was so scared that he hesitated. Should he jump out and tell Uncle Hu about his relationship with teacher Qiao Feng? Actually, I don't even know this big idiot.